Miss Crosby, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Mr. Stevens?
18.
Who do you live with, Miss Crosby?
I live with my best friend and her mother.
And how old is your friend?
She is 17.
So you live with your 17-year-old friend, is that you?
No, I'm her mother.
That would be a compliment. So you took Miss Crosby in with her baby,
Yes.
and you have a daughter who's 17.
Right.
You and Mr. Stevens have a child together. How old is that child?
He is 5 months.
Do you work?
No.
Have you ever worked?
Yes, I have.
When?
Around end of May, beginning of June.
So maybe you worked 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about 3 weeks worth of work. I'm talking about, did you work in 2016?
No.
17?
Yes.
Where did you work in 17?
Burger King.
When?
End of April, beginning of May.
So for a couple of weeks in April and May?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't work?
Right.
Who supports you?
They do. The reason why I don't work now is because he has called CPS and the policeman on me so many times that I had to ask off. And finally they said, well, we're just going to take you off the schedule. And I have evidence, actually, of the CPS report.
I know that he called CPS on you. Where were you living prior to moving with these people?
I was living with him.
Where?
In North Vernon.
In a house, an apartment?
Yeah, house.
Whose house?
His grandmother's.
So the two of you and your baby lived with him and his grandmother?
Right.
Did you live with the grandmother while you were pregnant?
For a short while.
Did you move in with his grandmother when you were pregnant?
Yes, for a short while.
When did you move out?
Move out or move in?
I'm asking you a question. I'm trying to figure out your life. You had parents. Evidently, the parents aren't an option to live with.
Right.
For whatever reason. I don't have to get into that. But you got pregnant, and from getting pregnant, did you move in with Mr. Stevens' grandmother?
No.
Where did you go?
I was living with my family up until Christmas.
And what happened Christmas?
I moved in with him because my dad no longer allowed me in his place.
Okay, so Christmas time, your father said out. You moved in with Mr. Stevens, and when was the baby born?
In February.
Okay. This whole stupid scenario of 18, 17-year-olds having babies didn't work out. And you left Mr. Stevens' grandmother's house at some point and went for a couple of days probably to stay with these people. Your last name is?
Bassett.
You went to stay with Miss Bassett. And then you came back. You were gone for a few days. How long?
I was gone for a week.
And you were taking the baby to the Bassetts with you.
Right. I left with the baby, yeah.
And then you came back. And what happened when you came back?
I thought we could work out, but he decided to be controlling.
Okay. And how long did you stay at that point?
I stayed a few weeks.
Until when?
I don't know exactly the date.
Month?
Around the time I was working.
In May?
Yes.
Well, that's a long time that you stayed there then, after you were at Miss Bassett's and came back. So you stayed a long time. And what happened in May? You left?
Yes.
When you left, did you take the baby with you?
Yes, I did.
And you went back to Miss Bassett's house? Mm-hmm. And Mr. Stevens, you're 18. What do you do?
I work at Martin Ray. It's a factory in North Vernon.
How long have you worked there?
I've only worked there a few months. I worked at Burger King from February of 2016 to March of 2017, sorry.
Did you work full-time or part-time?
Full-time.
When Miss Crosby was living in the house with you and your grandmother, was she working?
No, she was not.
Okay. This is what the case is about. You left, you want your baby's stuff. You took your stuff, but you want the crib, you want all the baby's items. He says the baby's items are staying here. And you have a complaint that he called CPS on you on, I don't know, 2 occasions or 3?
3.
3 occasions after you left the last time?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's deal with the baby's items. Do you see the baby?
No, I did not.
Why not?
She will not let me see him. She now says that her lawyer has told her not to let me see the baby at all.
I have sole custody, so I can decide whether or not he can see him.
Just a second. I'd like to see the document that says that you decide when he can see him.
Oh, I don't have a document.
I want you to say, if you have full custody and the court says that visitation is strictly at your discretion with the father, I would like to see that.
I couldn't get the reports. They kept sending me to another police station in our town.
I don't get the reports. There's a court order for custody. You said you have full custody. Who gave you full custody?
The clerk office in our town, but we didn't get the order.
Well, then if you don't have an order, you don't have an order. Was there a trial?
No.
Was there a hearing?
No.
There was nothing. So you have nothing. When you were working, and you said you worked for several weeks, and you worked for several weeks while you were still in the grandmother's house, or afterwards?
A little bit, and then after.
So you worked for a little bit while you were living in the grandmother's house?
Yes.
And when you were living in the grandmother's house and working, what hours were you working?
I was working from 4 to 10, 4 to 12.
Who was taking care of your son?
He was. But while...
Shut up!
Okay.
I didn't ask you a question, so when you were working from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. and he was taking care of his son. And then you were working sometimes 4 to 12. And you were working from 4 to 12 and Mr. Stevens was taking care of his son, right? Why wouldn't he have the opportunity to see his son since May?
He has seen him for weeks, a few times. It's just recently that I have cut it off.
What do you mean he's seen him a couple of times? What does that mean?
I would let him see him every Tuesday and every Friday.
From when to when and where?
At 6 to 7.
Where?
At our city park.
Are you still living with your grandmother?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong is that he will cause trouble while we were visiting, and one time we actually had to have a police officer, who was off duty though, come up and try to settle things.
Why don't you just, you have a lawyer?
Yes.
How did you get the lawyer?
Through legal aid.
Tell the lawyer that you want to set a fixed visitation schedule so that your son can visit with his father on a regular basis, because his father used to take care of him when you weren't there, and not at a park for an hour with you there, at a regular time. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if you have the time or the money. She has legal aid, so legal aid won't represent you, so therefore you have a problem. You understand that? But I assume you want to see him.
Yes, I have hired a lawyer.
Good. And I'm hoping that since you hire a lawyer, the lawyer will make arrangements for you to see your son on a regular basis. Hopefully, if you work during the week, on weekends and stuff, why wouldn't he have the need for the baby's furniture? Who bought the baby's furniture?
I got it all from my baby showers.
So it was gifts for the baby.
Yes.
It stays in his house. Baby gifts. Just because you're depriving him of seeing his child, a child that you let him watch when it was convenient for you, and now your lawyer says don't let you see him at all. I don't know what kind of brilliant lawyer that is. Doesn't mean he's going to give you all the furniture so he has nothing. Get a job and buy furniture.
May I say something?
You can say whatever you like.
While I was living with him, he would come home from school. And I'm like, hey, can you take our son so I can take a shower and eat before I go to work? And he was like, no, because your shift isn't over. I need the extra half an hour to do whatever I want before I watch it.
Well, let me explain something to you. That's what happens when two idiot morons who were 17 years old make a baby. Those are the kind of answers that people give each other when they're not old enough to give up their dolls, but they make a baby. Now you're in this pickle. You're 18 years old and you have the responsibility of having a child. Well, you'd better grow up very fast.
Since he has a job, he will not provide for Oliver. I would ask for diapers. Even when he was seeing him, I would ask for diapers or wipes.
Seeing him is not at your discretion. I think that if you were smart, Miss Bassett, who seems to have an interest in you, would say, why don't you go to a mediator and work something out so that he's working during the week and he should be paying a certain amount of support for his son, for you, and you have to get busy and find daycare and get a job and get a life. But in the meantime, he's working, you're not. And he should be supplying some support for his son. You would agree with that?
Yes, sure.
Could I also
And at the same time, he should be seeing him regularly, because the nonsense that you give me is nonsense because you left him alone with the baby from 4 to 10 at night and 4 to midnight when you weren't home. So you weren't concerned that he wasn't taking care of him. Because if you were concerned that he wasn't taking care of him, you wouldn't have left him home.
Can I say something? I allowed him to watch Oliver while I worked when I was living with them from 4 to 10 twice before. The second time, he withheld him from me for 2 days. Would not let me see him, touch him, or anything. I had to go to the police 4 times.
Just a second. So what you're saying is the last time that you let him watch him, he wouldn't return him.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this question. And you thought that that was very wrong, right?
Yes.
Because you're the baby's mother, right?
Yes.
You're no more of a parent than he is. When you left his grandmother's house, the place where the baby was born, you didn't leave the baby there. You took the baby with you, right?
Yes.
What gives you the right to do that? What gives you, that's what I'm trying to get to you. What gives you the right more than the father to have the physical custody of that child? And if you think it's just because you're the mother, that's not the law. The law is if it doesn't work out and you have a child, what you're supposed to do is sit down like almost grown-ups and say, listen, this isn't working out and I'm going to live at the Bassett's. Baby's name is?
Oliver.
I'm going to take Oliver with me Monday through Friday because you're working. I'll bring Oliver to you, or you can come get Oliver Friday night and keep Oliver until Sunday so that you can see him regularly. But this isn't working out between us.
Before, when I was letting him watch him, I actually was breastfeeding him a little bit.
Listen to me. Breastfeeding a little bit means what?
Meaning,
Breastfeeding a little mean, I mean, I did matrimonial work and I understand this. This is something that maybe you discussed with your lawyer, right? Also.
yeah.
Of course. You have to understand, this was my business for years. When you were breastfeeding Oliver and going to work, how were you doing it?
I would feed him at night to help him sleep.
And during the day, who gave him a bottle?
I did when I was.
And she did. And you bought formula, right?
Yes.
That's what comes under the terms nonsense. Either you breastfeed or you don't breastfeed. You don't feed formula. And then in order to say he can't have the child overnight because I breastfeed him at night so it helps him fall asleep. Do you understand?
Yes. Can she help say something? Because she has something on this to say.
I'm ready. First, let me tell you this. You took on a whole bunch of responsibility. Good for you. You must be a very, very nice person. You have to understand before you say anything that they made a very bad judgment in having a child at 17 years old. But now they have a 5-month-old baby, and he has as much right to that child as she does.
Right.
Period.
Yes.
And she doesn't let him see him in a park for an hour.
Okay. We went to the police after he withheld him.
What do you mean he withheld him? He didn't withhold him.
It wasn't.
He didn't withhold him. She left and stole his son from his grandmother's house. She took him to your house. Now, if he went to the police and said she stole my baby from the place where the baby was born, what do you think the police would have said? They would have said, we don't get involved in that, go to family court. But because now the baby is back at the grandmother's house and he says, you can't take him. And she goes to the police say, well, show me a court order. She doesn't have a court order for custody. Neither did he, which is what you're not getting, which is what she's not getting. Because her leaving what is the child's home and taking the child to your house, which is a stranger's house, to the child, that was the first problem. Her taking the child on her own without benefit of an order or a mediator or somebody who said, you know what, this is all right, let's work it all. That's the problem. The fact that he resorted to self-help to get his child back, and the police helped him because they don't understand what the law is about gender-neutral parenting. Gender-neutral parenting. A father has no lesser rights than a mother.
Can I say something?
Now, no, she wanted to say something. Now you want to tell me. I want you to put that into context, what you tell me.
The problem was that he was threatening her. He actually sent her a text message when she just came to visit and said, when you come back, it's going to be a hell of a lot worse for you. So
Wait, just a minute. She came to visit you.
While we were dating.
I mean, she just came for a few hours.
What does that mean?
She'd come over and we'd get to visit with Oliver. Maybe we'd go get something to eat. And then he would get mad after he was okay with her going. He'd get mad and call her over and over again saying, you need to get home now.
Okay.
If you don't get home now, then it's going to be a hell of a lot worse for you when you get home.
And?
And so she would be scared.
She would be scared and go home.
Right.
Now, were you ever married?
Yes.
Are you still married?
Yes. We're separated.
Well, you're still married, but separated.
Yes.
I assume you're separated because you weren't getting along.
Right.
And I assume that if you weren't getting along, if I would listen to what your husband says, he would have one story, and what you said would be a different story. And if somebody else was interpreting your marital situation, would you say, they can't interpret my marital situation because they're not living in it?
Probably.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying to you. They were together. They're a couple. Who knows what happened when she decides to go over to your house? When he's home, listen to me carefully. If he's working, I'm making suppositions about what I'm hearing. He works different shift. He's home. She's at your house. He wants her home. Is that controlling? Yeah. She picked him. If he was controlling, that's her problem. Then she says, goodbye, I don't want anything more to do with you. When you make a baby with him, that's a different story. You make a baby with him, now you have a parent that you have to deal with for the next 21 years. And you don't get to make the rules. The law makes the rules. And when she left with that baby and went to your house, she stole his son from him, from where he was living, from where he was being supported, and took him to your house, where a stranger, according to her, is now supporting her child. That's the black and white of it. And then when he resorted to self-help because she brought him there for a couple of days, felt comfortable enough about him watching the baby to leave him there when she worked for 2 shifts, he said, I'm not giving him back. She took him and she shouldn't have taken him. And then you went to the police, and the police made him give the baby back. And this is all about the furniture that was at his house. Well, that's what the lawsuit is about. wants back all the baby's furniture.
She doesn't really have to have the furniture. It's that she has boxes and boxes of clothes and diapers, and he is not even willing to share them, to split them. And
Go to a mediator. Get a mediated order of custody and visitation and shared property. That's what you do. I'm not ordering it.
Okay,
That's what you have to do. You have to be grown up. And if you can't be grown up, and if you're going to deal with a legal aid lawyer and a retained lawyer, if he's going to spend money on a lawyer instead of spending that money on his baby, that's her problem. She's not spending any money because she got a free lawyer, because she doesn't work. So what I'm telling you is, if you want to counsel her and counsel her appropriately, you tell her you got to work this out with the father of your child, who you clearly don't think does anything bad to him because you've left him alone with him for days or nights when I'm working. This is not a leg up situation. This is a situation where both parents should be supporting this child. Both parents should see this child on a regular basis, because that's what the law says, absent a showing that one parent is abusive or neglectful. I'm telling you, based upon what this young lady says to me, there's no proof that he was neglectful of this child or abusive, because she let him stay with him for hours when it was convenient for her, multiple times, without ever, prior to this, accusing him of anything.
Your Honor,
What?
he has punched holes in the wall because he would get so mad.
Is this something you told your lawyer?
No, actually. One time the baby was on the bed, and he would get mad at me because I would go to their house, and he punched the other side of the bed where it was shaking the baby.
Goodbye, Miss Crosby. Grow up. And how many months' rent did you pay?
I don't owe him anything.
No, that's not what I asked you. That's why we're here. So don't cop an attitude.
I don't have an attitude with you.
Don't cop an attitude. I asked you a question. I said, how many months' rent did you pay him?
I pay him, I think, all his rent.
I don't know what you think, because we'll go through each month. You signed the lease in August. Was the lease supposed to start in September? Or August? Or October? When was it supposed to start?
I believe it started
Can
in
I see
August.
the lease?
Yes, ma'am. I have the lease right here. I also have a schedule of the payments that she made to me as well.
Started September 1st. I'm going to show this to you, Ms. Rice, because this is what Mr. Thorpe says that you paid him and the months that you paid him.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay? And this starts in August 28th, 2015. He says on August 28th, 2015, you paid him $525.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have any deposits for October, November. You do have one in December for $525. So you didn't pay those 2 months. Do you have any proof that you paid those 2 months?
No, but when we signed the lease in August, the 28th, that was just early for September.
I got it.
And then, according to text messages, I did give him the rent for October because Mr. John is one of them type of people. He keep you informed
Well, just a
all
second.
the way through.
Just show me that you gave him rent in October.
I don't have a receipt.
Show me the text message.
He should have had a deposit on the 9th of October. It says the money was deposited into your account. Thanks.
Just a second. That's your message to him.
Yes, I told.
Where's his message to you? Because he's asking for his money on the 9th. You say to him, I deposited the money.
Yes.
Where does he say, oh, fine, I got it?
He never responds
Then
like
what
that.
you have to do, madam, the fact that you say I deposited the money, even though it was 9 days late, I deposited the money in your bank. Show me an acknowledgement or show me something from your bank. I don't need a receipt. You have a bank.
No, I didn't have a bank account at that time.
How did you deposit the money in his bank?
Because I
How
had his
did you-
account. I had his account number,
And then you get a receipt.
and then I got
Just
a
a second.
receipt.
Then you
but
get-
then, in the process of mismanagement, I lost the receipt.
Well, that's
but
too-
I always
that's too
sent a
bad.
text message to him and let him know when
Just
I
a s-
deposited the money.
I don't care. I mean, your text message, because
It's
he's
fine.
asking you where my rent is, and you say, I dropped it in the mail.
No, I didn't.
And then I
drop it
lost
in
my
the mail.
receipt. Okay, October, November, you don't have. December, he says you paid $525. The next time he got a partial payment of $200, January 20th. Then he got another partial payment of $75 on February 1st. However, on February 5th, he got $800.
Yes.
So on February 5th, and then on February 24th, he got another $400. So I'm going to take October off because she paid twice in February. right? But you didn't pay in January, the full January. So she owes $325 for January, $525 for November. And then she didn't pay anything in March, but on April 8th, she paid $475. So nothing in March. You have any proof that you paid in March? No. By March, was your rent $450 or was it still?
Because I paid in March.
No, you didn't pay in March. You didn't pay
Yes,
in March.
like right here.
Well, show me where he acknowledges that you paid in March. The fact that you say you paid in March, checks in the mail, doesn't mean he got it. Just tell me.
It wasn't in the mail. Like,
No,
I paid him $400 on the 24th of February. That was March payment. That was for March. I paid him up.
No,
I paid him ahead of time because it was income tax time. Because John is one of them type of...
Listen to me.
I don't owe him anything.
You owed him money from January.
I
You only
don't
paid-
owe him money from January.
Yeah, you did.
No, I don't, because the $800 in February covered January and February.
And
That's
what about
where
March?
it came from.
Just a second. You just told me.
And then the other payment, the $400, covered March. That's how the payment got back down to $475, $450, and $25 for the late fee, according to his own text messages.
Just a second.
I don't got time for this get-rich-quick scheme he got going on.
Mr. Campos, what do you do for a living?
I'm a lawyer,
Where?
San Antonio, Texas. Hope you don't use that against me.
No, I'm going to hold your lawsuit against you because it's stupid.
Well, to me, it's personal, and if you got a bad haircut, I'm sure you would be happy.
It's stupid. Your lawsuit's stupid. And I actually am surprised. I didn't know what you did for a living, so I'm actually surprised that you acknowledged that you were a lawyer. I would have thought that a lawyer had more respect for courts than to bring this kind of lawsuit, which I'm going to outline very briefly. You went to the defendant to have your hair cut. Whatever hair you have left, you wanted to have cut. And she cut your hair too short, so you're suing her for $5,000. Now, that's a ridiculous lawsuit. It's a ridiculous waste of judicial time. Only thing is, this is a television courtroom, so we actually have fun doing sometimes ridiculous cases, which I'm sure is the reason you came here.
Well, no, in America, we entitle different
Just a
opinions.
second. Listen to me. Mr. Campos, this is not an audition, and I've already got the job. Got it?
Got it.
Did you pay for the haircut?
Yes, I did.
How much did you pay for the haircut?
$10.
And when you paid the $10, she had already cut your hair.
Yes, she had shaved my
Okay,
head.
Just a second. She had already cut your hair.
Yes.
And when did you get this short haircut?
It was a couple of days before Christmas, about December 21st.
And right now we're 3 months later, and is this the usual length of your hair?
Yes, it is.
Great. Now you're going to show me a picture of what your head looked like after the defendant cut your hair.
Shaved my head.
Okay. She gave you a very short haircut. It's not shaven, but it's very, very short.
Wasn't a haircut, it was a shave.
Impossible. Did you use a razor on his head?
No, ma'am.
No, of course not. That's not a razor.
And ma'am,
Sam Jackson's hair is cut with a razor.
I didn't accuse her of using
Just
a razor.
just-
I did an electric shaver is what she used.
Right. That's fine.
Your Honor.
Okay, just a second. Not necessary. And it took probably about 3 weeks for your hair to grow out.
Your opinion, I don't know, maybe a month.
Whatever. It took a month for your hair to grow out. And were you working during that time, Mr. Campos?
No,
that's
it was...
that's just a second. Were you working? That's a yes or a no during that month.
Well, I'm self-employed, so some
Just
days
a
I work,
second.
some days I don't. Yes,
So
I was working.
the answer was you were working. And you didn't work over the Christmas holidays.
I wasn't
so
claiming lost
I'm-
wages.
Mr. Campos, it's not an audition, sir.
I'm not
I don't think you're
auditioning, I'm
cute.
just
I don't
responding
think-
to what you
I don't
say.
think you're cute.
I'm not trying to be cute.
Great.
You're
Good.
trying to be cute.
Good.
You are cute.
Mr. Campos, you are absolutely correct. That's why I have the job, and you get $10, and that's the judgment of the court. Goodbye.
You don't want to hear
done.
the facts?
We're done. Is this your former husband?
Yes.
With regard to, and then I'll get to both of your cases because I have complaints and a countersuit for exactly the same thing. That each of you allege, the mother-in-law and the former daughter-in-law allege that the other has harassed them, caused them to spend money for legal fees, yada, yada, yada. All ridiculousness. So, but I want to get some of the background. So you live together for a long time. You have an 8-year-old child. How many grandchildren does Miss Renante have?
Grandchildren, I believe 2.
You have this granddaughter. This
Correct.
is a granddaughter. And where is your other grandchild?
She lives in Georgia,
And you live,
here in Southern California.
and Miss Paredes lives in Southern California?
Correct.
Right. So this is the only grandchild that's near you.
Correct.
Did you have a settlement agreement in your divorce decree, or was this a case tried with regard to custody and visitation and support?
Well, we went to court a few times, but in the end, we agreed.
Okay, what did you agree to with regard to custody?
We finally agreed to 50-50 on legal and physical custody.
And how does that work with an 8-year-old in school? Do you live close by to each other?
Kind of, maybe like 12 miles apart. As far as school, from my understanding, they're late a lot.
No, not.
So
That's not what I asked you.
Oh, okay.
How is the week divided?
Oh, I see. It's 1 week on, 1 week off.
And when your daughter is with her father, does her father live with his mother?
Yes.
I live with my son. I moved into his house. I live with him.
You live together?
Correct.
Fine. So you have 3 minutes to tell me what the problem is and why you think you have a lawsuit.
2015, she brought me to court, filed the TRO, was granted the restraining order for both sides to stay away from each other.
Okay, so just a second. So she brought you to court on a restraining order.
Yes.
She made an application for a temporary restraining order.
Yes.
Is that correct? And you were served with a temporary restraining order?
Not served necessarily. I was told through my son's lawyer that I was being served.
What were the allegations in that application for an order of protection?
She claimed I threatened to stab her in the back with a knife.
And was that case tried or settled?
Well, it wasn't tried. I think it
Was a
just,
final protective order granted?
yes, for 3 years.
And were they mutual protective orders?
Yes.
So after she filed an application for a protective order, did you file an application for a protective order?
No, because the order was a joint order.
No. Wasn't a joint order. She went first.
Correct.
She filed an application alleging that you threatened her.
Alleging.
Then either one of two things happened. Either you filed for a protective order and both those cases are joined together, or when you go to court because the judge is maybe a little bit lazy, maybe one person has a lawyer and says, listen, we don't have to try this. Why don't you both just agree not to annoy or harass each other for 3 years, and then we can save ourselves a lot of time and a lot of expense. So either one of two things happened. Either you filed for a protective order after she served you in 2015. Did you do that?
I did not know.
Well, then if you did not, then what happened is the second thing happened on my menu, which was maybe judge is a little bit lazy. Did you have a lawyer?
Yes.
And did her lawyer speak to you?
No, he spoke to my lawyer.
So you both had lawyers.
I had a family lawyer because it was her son's family lawyer, and they already knew each other. So that's how, with our custody case, so that's how they spoke to each other. So my lawyer, my family lawyer, had to get involved in this case because of that.
Well, didn't have to because of that, because you weren't a defendant or a respondent in that case. Mm-hmm. Only she was. Mm-hmm. But you brought your lawyer with you, and the two lawyers talked to each other. Mm-hmm. Did the two lawyers also talk to the judge?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. Right. So mutual protective orders were granted?
Yes.
Great. Even though no case had been filed against you?
No.
So I still don't hear a lawsuit.
I have not talked to this woman since 2009. So the allegation that she put that I stabbed her in the back was something that I
Mr.
said.
Renante, let me explain something to you. You had a lawyer.
Correct.
If you wanted to fight that order of protection, listen to me carefully. If you wanted to fight that order of protection, you should have said to your lawyer, I want a trial.
Okay.
Not say, I consent to an order of protection.
But it wasn't really about that. It was about my granddaughter. She filed the restraining order against both me and my son separate, had two separate judges sign it, and he couldn't have my daughter in visitation because I lived in the house with him. So I went to court to fight the visitation. She wouldn't allow her daughter in his house because I lived with him, for him to see his daughter unless I wasn't there. But since I lived there, how's that going to happen?
What's your last name?
Renante, ma'am.
Stand up next to your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
She's too involved in your business.
No, I'm not. She drags me into the business.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I didn't ask you a question. She's too involved in your business.
Yes.
I've been doing this business for 50 years. I met her 5 minutes ago, and I'm telling you, she's a nice lady, and you don't look like a bad guy. You're quiet. You don't look like a bad guy. She's too involved in your business.
What?
You created that. You created it because you needed help when your daughter was spending her week with you.
Negative.
I assume.
Negative. I moved my parents in 2 years ago with me because both my grandparents passed away and they were struggling. My dad had a stroke and he lost his job, so I took them in and I've been supporting them for the last 2 years.
If I were you, I would put my foot down and say, don't get involved with my business. You worked out a settlement with your former wife?
Yes.
With regard to custody?
Yes.
Is he a good father?
Yes.
See what she said?
Yes.
That was right up front. No, he did this, he did. Does he love his daughter?
Oh, yes.
Is she a good mother?
Yes.
She love her daughter?
Yes.
That's the trouble. That's the trouble. And you're going to have a problem as long as she lives with you. I assume that the protective... Trust me. I've been doing it
We get along good.
I've been doing it a long time. She's a pot stirrer.
No, I do not.
She's a pot stirrer. Do you work?
I go to school full time.
Who supports the household?
I do.
Doing what?
I'm a vet, so I get GI Bill benefits and disability benefits from the VA. So.
Do you work?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a supervisor for a VAC medical group.
Do either one of you pay child support?
Not anymore, no.
No.
Good.
We agreed not to.
Well, he's perfectly capable. The fact that he wants to go to school and he has an 8-year-old child, that's fine as long as he takes care of her half the time and you take care of her half the time. That's fine. What else?
At the end of September, 911 called my son. I was with my son. We were out in the car against Joanne. She had locked herself into the bathroom. My granddaughter, fearing for her life. We went to the police station, and I go, there's court orders that says I can attend school functions peaceably. And so I showed up with my son at the police station to support him and to tell my granddaughter I would be there. And she said, I have a restraining order. Can you get rid of her?
Absolutely
so I was
right.
asked to, and I get that. I
Absolutely
understand, and I
right.
knew that was going to happen. But the other cases are September 16th was her birthday. It was his day to have her. She shows up and expects me to stay away while she shows up on his week. Thanksgiving, she did it again. She sent a text message saying, your mom better not be there because I'm going to be there. My granddaughter was in a choir for Thanksgiving at her church.
Which is my church.
Yeah, I just said your church.
Right.
And so
Renate,
we showed up.
you got the drill?
Yeah.
Do you understand the drill?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to be
You
there
do-
for my daughter, my granddaughter.
I want to tell you something. Grandparents in this country do not have rights to see their grandchildren. Now, I used to think that that was an absolutely ridiculous law, unless either parent was considered unfit to take care of them. In this country, in most jurisdictions, the parent has the right to say, this is a person who I think is good for you to be around or not. And if it's not good for you to be around a grandparent, for whatever reason, either because they're a pot stirrer.
Not a pot stirrer.
Oh,
Her daughter comes
let
to
me
me
tell you
because
something, Ms.
she
Ferrante.
can talk to me and not talk to her mother. She feels comfortable talking to me. She talks to me. She doesn't talk to her mom. I'm not a pot stirrer. I stay out of stuff.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Do you understand it? And it may have to reach a point where you say to your mother and your father, is he still alive?
Yes, he is.
You have to find someplace else to live.
We're working
I'll help
on that,
you.
Your
I'll
Honor.
help you, but you have to find someplace else to live. You can't be involved with my business, with my ex-wife and my daughter. My ex-wife and I seem to get along just fine unless you're involved in the
actually
business.
don't get
Your case
along.
is dismissed. Goodbye.
Don't get
We're done. The accident happened, Ms. Terrazone, on what date?
April 25th of this year, 6:30 p.m.
What kind of car were you driving?
2001 Jetta Volkswagen, black,
When had you purchased it?
around 2008.
And at the time of the accident, did you have full coverage, and with what company?
I did not have full coverage.
Did you
I
have
had just,
Did you have liability?
yes, liability coverage.
With what company?
USAA,
And what kind of car were you driving, Miss Salazar?
A 2003 Chevy Tahoe,
When had you purchased it?
approximately 6 months previous to the accident.
How much did you pay for it?
$2,500?
Was that the total cost of it?
Yes.
Did you pay for it in cash?
Yes.
At the time of the accident, did you have liability coverage?
I did not. My insurance had lapsed the day before.
Which is why we're here. Because if your insurance hadn't lapsed, your insurance would have taken care of
Correct.
the money.
My policy was being rewritten and the...
Whatever. But if your policy wasn't being rewritten, we wouldn't be here today because your insurance would have covered the accident and would have paid for her damage. Is that correct?
Probably.
Probably.
They might have found fault with her, though.
Probably not. You want to tell me what happened?
Yes, I was out of my commute from work.
Show me where.
In this diagram here, I was turning left here, and I had a green light. She was in the next lane next to me, right here. She had a red light. So she was at a complete stop. I had the right of way. I was turning left, and she bolted right in front of me, giving me no reaction time to brake, and we hit right on the side here, not bumper to bumper, but to the side. So my right.
So she was going around you?
She was cutting right in front of me to make the green light.
No, ma'am,
Got
I was
it.
already in the left-hand lane when she came up
Got
behind
it.
me.
If you were already in the left-hand
Sure.
lane, then
Just a second. Just a second.
Okay, the plaintiff's witness was not in this location. She was actually in front of my vehicle. She's in a small vehicle.
Why don't you tell me where your car was?
Okay, I was in this lane already. This there's an island that comes out right here. I was in this lane right here. She was not behind me. The witness was in front of me, and I was here. I had the green. As I approached the arrow, it turned yellow. I decided to wait for the next light, and all of a sudden, she slammed into the back of me.
Okay.
it was not in the back of you.
I'm going to dismiss your case if you do it again. Do you understand?
Yes.
PW, plaintiff's witness. You were in a different car.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your last name.
Goss.
Had you ever met Miss Tarazone before April 25th?
No, I did not.
And you don't know the defendant?
I don't know any of them.
You got involved because you witnessed the accident?
I was right there, yes.
You want to tell me who's telling me the truth?
Yes. Your Honor, I am the yellow vehicle, and the defendant is the blue vehicle. I was
She's lying.
behind
She was
her.
in front of me.
I don't want you to speak. Somebody who drives around without insurance doesn't speak.
I have insurance right now, ma'am. I had one day with no insurance.
Just a second. Do you know how many cases that I do with people who went one day without insurance and just happened to get into an accident that one day? We cover an entire sweeps period in November with people who just had a lapsed policy, it was being rewritten, the stamp fell off the envelope, all kinds of other things. So let's be quiet. Ms. Hill, you're the owner of a rental property that the defendant was renting from you since 2015.
Correct.
What kind of rental property is it?
A single family home.
Do you own the home?
I do.
When did you purchase it?
In 2012.
Did you purchase it as a rental property?
I did not. I lived in the residence before renting it to the defendant.
Who did you live there with?
My daughter.
And why did you move out?
I was relocated for work, so I moved to Florida.
How much did you pay for the house?
I bought the house from an auction for about $13,000.
And did you put any money into it?
I did. I put about $20,000 into the home.
And you lived in it after you purchased it and after you renovated it with your daughter from 2012 to 2015 when you leased it to the defendant.
That is correct.
So it was renovated in 2012.
That is correct.
Is your claim that when the defendant moved out, she left extensive damage in the house? The defendant says there wasn't extensive damage. Whatever was there, it was normal wear and tear. So do you have photographs of the house from when you moved out?
I do not.
Tell me when the defendant moved out.
June of 2017.
And she notified you she didn't want to renew her lease?
She notified the property manager at the time.
How much was rent?
Her rent was $800. Initially started in the first lease as $750.
But at the last year was $800?
That's correct.
Where were you moving to?
I was moving back home with my mother to help her out because she had just a few months previous to that and lost her husband, and I was.
So you were moving back with your mother?
Yeah.
How many people lived in the house?
Me, my 3 kids, and the other tenant.
You had 2 tenants in the house?
I had 2 adult tenants, yes.
Did the other tenant remain?
No, they moved into the property together and they moved out of the property together.
Is this someone that you are a friend to?
This is my cousin.
When you moved out in June, you received, according to your complaint, a notification that you should come out to see the house.
That's correct. When the defendant moved out of the property, I was notified by
Did you do a walkthrough with the property manager when you moved out?
We did a walkthrough in May when it came out.
What day in June did you move out?
I moved out June 1st.
I would like to see a copy of the walkthrough.
They didn't give me no copy.
Do you have a copy of the walkthrough?
I do not. I just have photos of the walkthrough from the day she moved out.
May I see them?
Yes.
Who's writing on the walls?
My 8-year-old daughter.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Who told her that that was an appropriate thing to do, to write on somebody else's walls?
Each time she done it, she was put on punishment for it.
This isn't a one-shot deal of her writing on the walls. She wrote on the walls often, at different times.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who was supervising her?
who was supervising her.
That's
She
my
might be
question. You have the answer.
She might have been upstairs after she left the bathroom or whatever.
Just show this to the defendant, please, and tell me who did that to the blinds.
Okay, these blinds, I see the pictures, and
Who did that to the blinds?
my same 8-year-old.
Who did this to the walls? Holes in the walls.
By me living there, I will take responsibility for the holes in the wall. Same person I just showed you about the other two is the same one who was doing all the damage.
What happened to the kitchen cabinets?
Okay, where you see the paint coming off at, it was painted gray, and by me cleaning the cabinets with bleach, the bleach, what they did was damage the cabinet, and the paint started coming off, and that's why the cabinets was like that.
You have communication from the property manager?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
That was the afternoon of the walkthrough where
Could you please show this to the defendant?
he and the contractor took photos and also gave me the estimate amount of damages.
That's not true with that picture.
Is she living with you now?
Mm-hmm. It's here.
How does she and her children treat your property?
They treat it all right.
Well, who taught her to treat other people's property like this?
Nobody.
Did you have the place fixed?
I have.
Do you have the receipts for me?
I do. Would you like the receipts or would you like I have a breakdown of everything?
Well, I would like the actual receipts.
Okay.
Did you re-rent the property or are you selling it?
The property has not been rented again because of the pest. So when she left the property, she left it infested with bed bugs, roaches, and mice. So on the initial visit to Ohio to take care of the property and restore it, we were not able to do any of the work on that initial visit because when we walked through, we had 5 contractors with us and at least a dozen mice scurried across the floor. We also noticed that there was a roach infestation. We called out the exterminator and then he advised us that there was also a bed bug infestation.
Charging for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're finished. Mr. Smith, how did you meet the plaintiff?
The plaintiff was a friend of a friend. Approximately 3 years ago, my cat needed babysitting, so I initiated her. I re-met her again a year ago.
And when you say you initiated something a year ago, tell me what it was that you initiated.
I had purchased a 100-year-old house, and I was conversing with my friends, and she was present about the problems I was having with fixing the house up. I had hired an inspector, but he didn't do a good job. I needed plumbing, a roof, electrical. There was no foundation on my house.
Were you living there?
I was residing there, yes.
With all those things not being there, no foundation, no plumbing, nothing.
They were operational, but not totally functional.
Now we're going to get back how you came to her to help you with all these problems. Stop playing with the papers. There are more papers there than in the Supreme Court.
He's got a long history, Your Honor, sorry.
This is going to be very short. Trust me.
I hired an agent to redo the roof, which I knew needed. She offered to do it. She said she was a contractor. She said
she offered to do the roof herself? Or to?
That's what she offered, with a crew of hers.
With a crew?
Correct. But she doesn't have a contractor's license, and she's been on disability since 1992. And I gave her a small portion of the job to put in a solar tube light in the roof.
Did you hire her to do the roof job?
Yeah, I did pay her, yes.
How much?
About $25,000.
To act as a GC, general contractor, getting crews to do things in the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you acknowledge, Ms. Smith, that you were paid to do some GC work, general contracting work in his house?
No, I was not, Your Honor.
You were never paid?
I reimbursed employees that
Don't try to double talk me. Were you ever paid by Mr. Smith for work that you or crews hired by you did on his house?
No, Your Honor. I helped him hire the people. He said he needed people, and he wanted me to oversee the workers for work on his house. I did not employ him myself. He did.
Just a second. I got it. I got it. I got her. I got it. I got her. How much do you get from disability a month?
I don't get disability.
You don't get any kind of disability. Be very careful. You don't get any kind of disability.
I had disability. That's why I met Mr. Smith.
Just a second. I asked you a question. What year did you start to collect disability?
I was injured at one time in 1992.
1992. Mm-hmm. In what year, which is even more interesting, did you stop collecting disability?
2015.
So, according to you, until shortly before you started to do work for him, you were collecting disability.
I did not work.
Now tell me why your disability benefits were cut off last year.
That has nothing to do with this case.
Oh, it has everything to do with this case. It has everything to do with your last answer. Because when I ask you, well, you paid money to GC, and you start dancing around because if you were paid $25,000 to GC a project, even though you paid other people, then you committed fraud on the federal government. They're going to come looking for you. It has everything to do with this case. You want to tell me why your disability was stopped, if it was?
It had nothing to do with my case with him.
Really? Your case is dismissed. You may be hustling for a long time, Ms. Smith, but you don't hustle me. You don't hustle me. You don't answer my questions, your case is dismissed. Now, according to you, you let her stay in the house while she was doing some GC work on the house. She of course said in her now dismissed claim that she was a renter and you illegally evicted her and therefore she wants $5,000. That's what her case was about, that I've just disposed of. Now we're going to get to your counterclaim. The counterclaim says that she proceeded to, after her keys were taken away, to engage in a course of conduct that was harassment, and at one point she broke into your house and assaulted you. You want to tell me about it?
I allowed her to stay in the room as a guest. She lived 40 miles away. I was trying to help her. She had lack of assets. And she disappeared for 3 weeks, and there was a foul order coming from the room.
When was this? Give me the month.
November.
Okay.
I entered the room. I found stolen property of mine, an old flight suit, camera lenses, dog tags, 7 pairs of scissors. It was a total mess. I decided at this point in time that she had been gone for 3 weeks with no communication. Perhaps it was time I changed the locks. She arrives home. She doesn't even try the locks. She climbs under the house where the foundation wasn't yet, into the basement, into the kitchen, upstairs, pummeled me, grabbed my laptop, and ran away.
Did you call the police?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a police report?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to take a look at it.
I'll provide you with all the police.
No, don't give me everything. Just give me the first police report when she came in and came into the house. When was the last time you had any contact with her?
In court, approximately 3 weeks ago.
What court?
She had filed another motion to dismiss my protection order. She showed up late beyond the roll call and argued with the judge that she was there, and when she wasn't.
You filed the protective order. Was it finally granted?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long do you have the protective order for?
A year starting March of this year.
And that's to keep her away from your house?
And no contact me.
And no Would you put the papers down? Is there any reason whatsoever that you would want to have any contact whatsoever with Mr. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor. I filed a protection order against Mr. Smith in December of 2015.
Was it granted?
Yes, it was.
For how long?
For 30 days, and I came down with ocular
second.
migraines and could not make the hearing.
I don't care.
Okay.
It was dismissed. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, just like his order, because it was default. I was not able to make it.
He has an order of protection against you. That means he can't come near you, which he has not. There's no question in my mind that he has not come near you.
Actually, I've got phone calls, Your Honor.
There's no question in my mind that he has not come near you. So what part of put the papers down don't you get? You have no reason to look at papers. I've dismissed your claim. I'm merely addressing the countersuit.
Well, I have evidence for the countersuit, Your Honor.
You do?
Yes, I do.
I want you to tell me how you got into the house in November when you found that the locks were changed.
I was not informed the locks were changed, Your Honor. I have...
I want you to tell me how you got into the house in November when the locks were changed.
That day earlier, the day before, when I was driving there, or actually from 3 days before, Mr. Smith was locked out of the house. He called and he wanted me to come home because he wanted me to let him in the house because he had lost his key.
Yes.
And then he had told me that he had crawled under the house. Well, when I came back in town, I was only gone for 3 days, and I have text messages and his employees that worked under me the day before, he had taken my purse. Mr. Stevens had my purse and had sent it over to Marshall's house, which was my house, because I'd left it in Cooley Dam with him, and he had sent it.
Mr. Smith, when was the last contact you had with her?
Approximately 3 weeks ago.
And that was...
At the hearing.
Okay, so this is really what you...
Yes, ma'am.
Pay careful attention. This is really what you have to do. You have to tell your lawyer that at some point, your lawyer has to move before the court not to allow her, without a judge okaying it first, to file a petition against you, to reinstate her protective order, to vitiate your protective order. Sometimes when people file serial orders and there's something wrong with them. Judges will do that. They will say, before a clerk can file anything, it needs a judge's counter-signature. Do you understand? What does that mean?
I would like to make one short comment.
Yes.
The judge at the last hearing stated she's a vexatious litigant.
I mean, those are nice words. If they were said, that doesn't mean an order
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
by a judge that says, before you may file another proceeding against Marshall Smith, you must get judicial approval to do that, which
I got
means the
that, Your
judge
Honor.
has to look at the allegations, look at the history of the case, and say, not again on my watch. Do you understand? Your counterclaim is dismissed. You have an attorney. Your claim is for sure dismissed. We're done. You claim you overpaid him in rent, which he raised your rent from an initial $300. He raised it to $600. And according to you, that was in violation of the law. And in addition, you say he put some of your things outside and they were damaged. That's your case. Mr. Augustus says that he owns a private home, and it was ultimately determined that he could charge whatever rent he wants to someone who's renting a room in his private home.
That's correct.
And that you lived there without paying rent from May until October. And in addition, you made some false allegations to the housing authority against him, and that was back in the beginning of the summer. And despite the fact that you reported him to the housing authority for maintaining unsavory living conditions, you elected to stay there until October without paying rent, so he has a counterclaim. All right, let's take care of the easy things first. You moved in on what date, Miss Kelly?
August 2014.
And you moved out on what date?
October 3rd, 2016.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a waitress. I do bottle serving in clubs or events, things like that.
Okay. So you lived there for 2 years?
Yeah.
And I assume you had options as far as living places?
No. I'm from New York, so I came out here and...
Well, of course you have options. If things are unsafe, unsanitary,
No,
or too
if I
expensive,
don't
you
have
move.
family.
You move. That's what you do. People who don't like where they're living, they move. Now, when you moved in, your rent was $300.
Yes.
When did he raise it to $600?
He raised it to $500 first.
When?
January 2015. And then he
$500 first, and you agreed to pay him the $500?
Yes, because I had nowhere else to go.
And then when did he raise it again?
January 2016.
He raised it another $100?
Yes.
Did you have your own room in his house?
Yes.
Any other boarders in his house?
No.
Did he also live there?
Yes.
How long have you been renting a room, Mr. Augustus, in your house?
Well, I had two sisters living with me. They moved in around June of 2014. And
Had you ever rented a room to anyone?
No, not prior to the two sisters. I always stayed in my house by myself.
Okay. Now, you're going to show me an official document, and Mr. Augustus is going to show me an official document. And your official document is going to say he overcharged you rent because of something. And your official document is going to tell me that you're not subject to any rule. Do you have that document?
I'm sorry, Judge Judy, I can't hear you.
Okay. Who are you?
Stacy, I'm his daughter.
Could you stand up? Please tell me your name.
Stacy McKellar.
Ms. McKellar, do you have a document from the city indicating that he is not subject to any rent control?
Yes, ma'am.
You do, and you have one as well. Okay, now I'd like to see it. So that will take care of one issue. Okay, your letter is dated August 4th of 2016.
He got his...
Just a second, I'm reading it. Okay, so this is from the Los Angeles Housing Authority, and it says, Mr. Augustus, we have reviewed a complaint, and it was for an illegal eviction and illegal rent increase. And it says, under the Rent Stabilization Office, rent may be increased a certain amount. You increased her rent too much, and therefore you have to repay her that rent. Then in September, which is a month later, this is also from the Los Angeles Housing Authority, a review of the applicability of the Los Angeles Rent Stabilization Ordinance to this property has been completed. Our review of the available property records indicate that the house located on this lot is not subject to rent stabilization ordinances because it is a single-family dwelling. Single-family dwellings are also exempt from Systemic Code Enforcement Program, and their records will be updated to reflect the exemption for this property. Okay, so did you see this letter?
Yeah, but
Just
they
a second.
lied. Yes.
All I'm asking is, you saw this letter?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so that takes care of your overpayment.
How does that take over overpayment if he already signed before, even after he got that letter, he already signed that he was going to give me money for the overpayment. And they lied because there's another building in the back, someone pays rent, and his daughter only
I'm
popped up a
going
year
to
later.
explain it to you.
No, I'm just
I'm going to explain it to you. The explanation is somebody in August didn't do their homework and examine his property and pay attention, and didn't do their homework and looked and said, well, he can't raise rent from $300 to $600 because that's too much of an increase. So they sent you this letter. Based upon this letter, he agreed to pay you the overpayment that they said that he, stop shaking, that he said that they had to pay you. He evidently appealed it or asked them to look into the records, and when they did, they said, whoops, sorry, somebody sent this in August and they shouldn't have. You live in a private house, and if you want to rent a room, and if somebody wants to pay you $10,000 a month for the private room in a single-family dwelling that's not subject to rent stabilization, you can charge whatever you want. That's what the later letter indicates.
Can I say something?
You can say whatever you want. I've just explained it to you.
I know, but can I speak up on something?
You can tell me whatever you want.
Well, I'm going to let you know why later that popped up, because after we already settled where he had to pay money, he still didn't want to pay me money because he knew he was wrong. I have a letter from the health department stating how the house was not safety at all. There was 24 violations from housing, period, where he shouldn't have been living there in that type of living condition.
Move!
I did move. I did move. I wasn't going to leave anywhere, and I had nowhere place to go, and someone just throws my stuff out. His daughter wasn't even there for 2 years in a picture. She popped up and lied. There is another dwelling in their back house.
Listen to me. I'm just reading.
I understand what you're reading, but what I'm telling you, that is not facts. That is not the truth.
No, this is fact.
When they're lying to housing and they're telling that, they didn't come back to the house and see that it was only a single family house.
Blueprint.
Shh. Listen to me. You're not getting any money. Now, this is a free country. You work, you make a living.
And he
listen, careful. You work, you make a living. If the living conditions that Mr. Augustus chooses to live in his own private house, are unacceptable for anybody, you shouldn't live there. It's his house. If he wants to live like a pig in his house, he could live like a pig in his house. I don't know if his house is a pigsty, but if he wants to live there, it's a free America. That's his choice. You, on the other hand, don't own that house, and you have a choice to move elsewhere. You're supposed to be paying $600 a month rent. So what you did, according to Mr. Augustus, is you stopped paying rent in May.
No.
But you still, just a second, well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
But you still lived there in May, June, July, August, and September. For 5 months, despite the fact that it was so terrible, you still lived there. So my next question to you is, if the conditions were so terrible, and you lived there, because it's clear from both of your papers, May, June, July, August, September, and you moved out in October, did you pay rent for those months?
No.
Well, that comes under my story if you go into a restaurant and order a steak. You're a waitress. Pay attention. You go into a restaurant and order a steak. From you, you're the waitress. And you serve the steak, and the person that ordered the steak finishes the steak, and then you give them a bill. And they said, we're not paying for the steak, we didn't like it. And they walk out. Does your boss take that out of your wages that you let somebody eat for free?
I guess, but not in this case. I couldn't compare that to this case.
Just a second. If you eat the steak, you have to pay for it. So you lived in the house May, June, July, August, and September. You lived in this house that you say was terrible. You called the health department.
Can I tell you why I stayed that long? Because in May, I received a 3-day notice where he told me he was just going to kick me out and I had to just leave and pay that money, and he threw my things out. He threw my things out then, where I had to call the cops on him. He never served me at
You
eviction notice.
You're not answering my question.
But I'm saying why I stayed that long. Because he was trying to still get money from me without any eviction notice, without any of the stuff. Before I even had notice of all that stuff.
Miss Kelly.
Before I had notice of housing, of that being a single family, of anything.
Miss Kelly, I'm not talking about him.
I'm talking about why I stayed.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I stayed because I had legal rights to still stay there, even though he tried to just
Your
give me
case
a
is
notice.
dismissed. The whole thing is dismissed because you don't pay attention. I'm really trying to explain to you. No, you're not answering my question. If you live in a disgusting place that you
and I had nowhere to go, so I stayed.
You mean this is the only house in Los Angeles?
That's the only place where I had to
stay. The case is
where
dismissed.
I could pay money.
Now, your rent was $600 a month, and you lived there for 5 months. That's $3,000 that you didn't pay him. That's $3,000. You ate the steak.
And I overpaid him money.
No, you didn't overpay it. Not according to the County of Los Angeles.
Okay.
You owe him $3,000. Judgment on the counterclaim. We're done. You were in an automobile accident that you claim was the defendant's fault.
Right.
I don't think that the defendant would deny that if there was an accident, it was her fault. She says there was no accident.
That's interesting.
Okay, that's what she says. She says there was no accident. So why don't you tell me the date of this accident?
June 27th, 2017.
What time?
2:15 in the afternoon.
Could you go over to the board and show me which one was your car?
I am the orange car with the P on a plaintiff.
Okay, so you were going straight down the road. The defendant had a stop sign.
Correct. I had the right-of-way on this Main Street, Grand Via Altamira.
So she went through the stop sign.
Correct. Right in front of me, across in front of me.
She crossed in front of you?
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then she shot through, so she didn't hit me. She headed towards this curb here, and then to avoid hitting the curb, she swerved out and struck my right front fender and her left front wheel.
Okay. Do you have a photograph of the damage?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to see it.
Since the car is brand new, I had a very difficult time taking pictures because it's shiny and I got a lot of reflection.
What kind of car was it?
2017 Porsche Boxster.
All of them, Kim.
Okay. Do you want her damage also?
First, let me see yours.
Okay.
Did you both get out of your car?
Yes, we did.
Show me where you were when you both got out of the car.
Right in the same area here.
So she stopped?
Yes, she did. And then as she did so, she said, I have a microfiber cloth in my car.
Well, first she stopped.
Okay.
Didn't say anything. She stopped, she got out of the car.
She apologized profusely.
What did she say?
She said, I'm so sorry, I tried not to hit you and I swerved, but I didn't make it.
Her son was traveling with her in the car. Where was he? In the passenger seat in the front or in the back?
I believe so, in the front seat.
You believe so?
Yes.
Were you in the front seat?
Yes.
Did you exchange information?
We exchanged phone numbers.
Not insurance information?
Not at that time. We exchanged phone numbers. She texted her phone number to me there on the scene. And for some unknown reason, one of the phone numbers she gave me for her home was a Minnesota phone number, and I don't know why.
Did she give you a working phone number?
Yes, the cell number. She texted it to me as I stood there, and I have the text with me.
I'd like to see it.
And the whole time that she had stopped, her son kept saying, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm so sorry, Mom, about 3 times. She never gave me her license or any type of address. I had to go seek that out for myself.
Well, you asked her for your insurance registration card.
And she never gave it to me.
Why not?
I gave my insurance card.
No, your number.
I have the complete text exchange between us.
May I see it?
No license.
Did you tell your insurance company that you didn't hit her car?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Because we came close, but I did not.
That's baloney. That's baloney. It's baloney. Because you wouldn't have gotten out of your car if you didn't hit her.
We stopped.
You wouldn't have gotten out of your car if you didn't hit her. So my question to you, I'm going to repeat it again. Why did you tell your insurance company that you didn't hit her?
I told my insurance company that I did not feel an impact. We were very close, and I rolled down my window, and she was right there.
That's not true. How could you lie? Is that what you want to teach him? How to lie? Is that what you want to teach your son, how to lie?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, that's what you're doing. Because your son was in the car, he knows that you hit her. So if what you want to do is teach him how to grow up to be a liar, you're doing a good job.
That is not what I want to do.
Well, then you want to tell me why you told your insurance company that there was no accident.
Because, do you want me to go?
No, I want you to tell me. You and I both know that there was an accident. We both know it because everything she told me was true. That you got out of the car, that you said, I'm so sorry, I tried to avoid you.
I did not say that.
Tell me what you said. Just a second. Just remember who you're telling the story to and who was there and heard you. Just remember.
Okay.
Great.
I made the turn.
You went through a stop sign. She had the right of way.
Yes, she did. And it was very clear. I could see around the corner there was no car coming.
Well, there was a car coming.
Well, it was not.
There was a car coming because her car was coming.
Okay.
So you didn't see it. Maybe you were distracted. Maybe you were having an argument with your son. Maybe you were having a heated discussion with your son. Whatever it was, you blew a stop sign. You blew the stop sign.
I did not blow the stop sign.
Well, you did because you hit her. She had the right of way. If you came in close contact with her, or if you swerved to avoid her, then you still blew a stop sign.
I did not blow the stop sign. I come out of this neighborhood every day because I live there. And I have to be very careful because sometimes people blow.
We're talking about June 27th, 2017. Make sure you're careful because otherwise you brought him here. I'll ask him questions. Do you understand? No, I didn't ask you to do anything yet.
I made the turn and I was going and I saw a car speeding from my left side.
Yeah, just a minute. Just to make sure you realize who you're telling me this story in front of.
And I stopped and I didn't feel anything or hear anything. And so I was relieved. I rolled down my window and she said, "What the hell are you doing?" And I got out of my car and she backed up and she goes, "Look at the scratch on my car." And then she looks at my car and she said, "And there's no damage to your car." She said, "My husband is going to kill me."
What kind of car were you driving?
A Tesla Model X.
Yes. Go ahead.
And so I said, "Well, I have a microfiber cloth in my car. Do you want me to try to wipe your scratch?" And she said, "Sure." So I did that.
Just a minute. Are you trying to tell me that a lady, for no reason, would say, "Let me go in my car," when there was no contact between your car and hers, and get a cloth and try to polish out a scratch? You telling me that you want me to believe that? That you did that?
Well, I was...
No way in the world. I didn't make that spot on the floor, but let me get down and let me wash the floor. Let me try to get the spot out of the floor, even though I had nothing to do with it. You trying to tell me that a lady like you try to buff out a scratch on her car that she didn't cause? Do you understand where I'm going?
I understand where you're going.
Great.
So we got out, we both took pictures, and she wanted to file a claim, so I gave her my information and the insurance.
Why in the world would you give her your information, madam, if there had been no contact with the car?
Because I didn't want to have an argument with her. I figured the insurance company could deal with it.
If you told the insurance company that there was no accident, the insurance company said, "Our insurance said there was no contact between..."
Well, no, they investigated it. And I have the pictures from the insurance company of both cars.
Would you like to see a picture of her wheel?
I would love to see the full report of your insurance company. I want to see if you said to them there was no contact with the car.
I have the pictures.
I want to see if you told the insurance company that there was no contact with her car. I want to see if you told the insurance company that there was no contact with her car.
I don't have a report from the insurance company.
I'm not interested. Can I see a bill to fix your car, please?
I do have a letter from the insurance company.
I don't read letters from insurance companies.
I have 2 estimates.
You have the final bill there, Kim.
Just a second. Just give me the 2 estimates, please. Not a good example, Miss Ramsdale.
And here's a picture of her wheel and the fact that the wheel is tainted.
Would you just do me a favor and give me an estimate? That's what I asked for.
Sorry.
I didn't ask for all those documents. I asked you for the estimates.
I'm sorry.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $13.15. We're done. Mr. George, I'm going to speak to you. This is your stepdaughter.
Yes.
And this is your daughter?
Yes.
Your complaint alleges that there was an argument in your house.
Yes.
And that your stepdaughter and your daughter caused some damage to both the house and later to a car.
Yes.
Miss Carroll says that this argument was precipitated by something that you did, that she really didn't cause any damages, all as a result of your bad behavior. So, Miss Carroll, I'm going to start with you. Let me try to understand what this argument was about. On the 13th of May of this year, according to what I read in your mother and stepfather's petition, you came to your mother's home because some friends of yours had a baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
And these people didn't have the wherewithal to take care of this baby.
Yes, the proper things.
So you came to the house to see if you could give the baby to your mother.
No, Your Honor, I didn't come to the house to see if I can give the baby to my mother. I asked her if it was possible to watch the baby because she did offer, so we came back.
That's not what I'm reading. So you wanted your mother to take care of the baby until you came back from where?
Just for the mother to have a break, just back to my house, just for the break.
For how long?
For a couple hours, that's what was discussed.
That's not what I'm getting from here. What I'm getting from here is that the fight was about you wanted your mother to take care of the baby for an extended period of time, and your mother said to you, well, I don't mind doing that, but we'd have to do it legally through the court. Well, legally through the court is not for a couple of hours babysitting. Legally through the court means you wanted to leave the baby with them.
Correct.
Well, then which one is it? Don't listen. If you tell the truth, you don't have to have a long memory. If you're going to make up stories, you're going to look very foolish and it's going to be very unpleasant. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. Now, on the 13th of May of this year, you came and you asked your mother to do what?
To watch the child.
For how long?
For a long period of time.
Did you tell her why?
Because the parent didn't have anything for the baby at all, and I don't have anything at my house because I don't have any kids. And my mom has a 2-year-old, which is my youngest sister, so she has supplies and things for the baby that we do not have, I do not have.
Well, did these people live with you, the mother of this baby, the father of this baby? How do you know them?
I met her through another friend, and we're close friends.
I mean, is there something wrong with her?
She came asking for help to me because everyone turned her down for a specific reason, which I did not know that.
They turned her down for what reason?
I do not know the reason they turned her down, but that's my friend.
When you asked your mother if she would take this baby for an extended period of time, what did your mother say to you?
My mother says she will take the baby with proper documentation.
So she wanted to go through court.
Exactly.
And what did you say to her?
I said, okay, Ma, then we can do that, no problem. But the mother didn't have the stuff for the baby because she had a situation incident where she lost her apartment, she was homeless, and she did not have proper documentation because all the baby stuff and her stuff had gotten lost in the moving situation. That's what I was trying to explain to my mother.
What stuff? You mean like a birth certificate?
Birth certificate, social security card, and she did not have the money to replace anything else. She was messed up.
Listen, if this is your good friend, why didn't you say, come and stay with me?
I'm not in that situation right now, Your Honor.
What do you mean you're not in that situation? You have no kids. You said to me, I have no kids. This was a good friend of mine.
Exactly.
And she was homeless. Why didn't you say, come move in with me?
Okay, so back in New York, I have a program apartment to the point where somebody else is paying my rent. So I'm not allowed to have people live with me while I'm in that program apartment. So therefore, my mom pays her own rent out of pocket. I don't pay out of pocket. I get help. So therefore...
You have children?
No children. I'm single.
Do you work?
No, I do not work. I receive disability.
In any event, at some point, the argument with your mother precipitated your stepfather, according to you, coming in to find out what this was all about.
Exactly.
Because mother said, I'm not doing this unless it's through the courts, so I have proper documentation. Your stepfather, according to you, came in and said, what are you trying to do? You want us to take this baby so that you and your friends could go out partying and having a good time? And then you and your stepfather got into a fight.
Yes, because he then came out the room and said to me, why are you trying to take advantage of your mother? And I said to him, I am not trying to take advantage of her. This conversation is between me and my mother.
No, it isn't.
Mind your business.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. Because it's not between them.
Is that your mother's husband?
Yes, that's her husband. That's
Then
not my
listen to
legal
me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I don't want you to sound stupid, because what you just said to me is stupid. If you're having a conversation with your mother who lives with her husband, and you're asking your mother to take an infant into the house to take care of that infant, it has to do with her husband who lives there. He's not delivering a pizza. He lives there.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
So what do you mean it has nothing to do with him? So you told him to butt out, it had nothing to do with you, it only has to do with my mother?
Yes, we
You
did.
mean you think that when a baby cries in the middle of the night, only one set of ears hears that baby crying in the middle of the night? Or two sets of ears?
Two sets of ears.
Yeah,
Your
two
Honor.
sets of ears. Where you're not, because you're living in prepaid housing for single people without a baby.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. So he said, why are you trying to take advantage of your mother? And then what happened?
Then I started speaking back to him, telling him basically.
Not basically. You told him it was none of his business. It was between you and your mother.
Yes, I did tell him that, Your Honor.
Right. And then?
We started going to a verbal argument, like I told you.
Okay, so you were shouting at each
other,
and
saying
then,
disrespectful
and
things
then,
to each other.
And then
Larry then came over, past my mom, because I guess I said something to him that hit the heart. He came over after me. The TV is sitting on the table. It's a flat screen, very fragile. It's sitting on the table. Larry pushes me into the TV. My elbow then hits the TV.
What?
My mom grabs him.
Okay, now let's stop right there. So that's how the TV got broken, according to you. How'd the TV get broken?
The TV got broken because Miss Valencia was very angry that.
Don't tell me she was very angry.
Okay,
Just
the
tell
TV
me
got
what.
broke because she hit the TV.
How?
Like this. She punched it.
With her what?
With her fist. Like she shoved it like that.
Where was your husband?
Well, the way my apartment is, I was trying to get Valencia to leave because I asked my husband for permission about the child. And he said no, absolutely not, so that they could run the street. So as I was trying to get Valencia, my daughter, out because the verbal got really crazy, I was bringing her past and she said, Mike Larry, and she pushed the TV.
Okay, good. You have a bill for the TV?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it.
I also have photos of my TV as well.
No, just give me a bill for the TV. I want to see when you bought it and what you paid for it.
Okay, I purchased it out of Walmart. I did not know that I needed the actual receipt. I don't have the actual receipt.
Well,
I had bought it years ago.
How many years ago?
Maybe about a year and a half ago.
Now I'll see a picture of it. So after the TV got broken,
yes,
what happened next?
Me and my friend then left the house.
Oh, so you were there with your friend?
Yes, she was there.
With the baby?
Yes, the baby was there with her. We were all upstairs. We came upstairs because we was asking her if she can take the baby. It wouldn't be correct if the baby wasn't there.
It's not like you're pawning off a kitten, you know. This is not a kitten.
Your Honor, like I said, the
Or
offer
a bird.
was made, so we tried to take the offer. Why not?
Because it's not a parakeet, it's a child. Mr. Smith, how did you meet the plaintiff?
The plaintiff was a friend of a friend. Approximately 3 years ago, my cat needed babysitting, so I initiated her. I re-met her again a year ago.
And when you say you initiated something a year ago, tell me what it was that you initiated.
I had purchased a 100-year-old house, and I was conversing with my friends, and she was present about the problems I was having with fixing the house up. I had hired an inspector, but he didn't do a good job. I needed plumbing, a roof, electrical. There was no foundation on my house.
Were you living there?
I was residing there, yes.
With all those things not being there, no foundation, no plumbing, nothing.
They were operational, but not totally functional.
Now we're going to get back how you came to her to help you with all these problems. Stop playing with the papers. There are more papers there than in the Supreme Court.
He's got a long history, Your Honor, sorry.
This is going to be very short. Trust me.
I hired an agent to redo the roof, which I knew needed. She offered to do it. She said she was a contractor.
She offered to do the roof herself or to?
That's what she offered with a crew of hers.
With a crew?
Correct. But she doesn't have a contractor's license, and she's been on disability since 1992. And I gave her a small portion of the job to put in a solar tube light in the roof.
Did you hire her to do the roof job?
Yeah, I did pay her, yes.
How much?
About $25,000.
To act as a GC, general contractor, getting crews to do things in the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you acknowledge, Ms. Smith, that you were paid to do some GC work, general contracting work in his house?
No, I was not, Your Honor.
You were never paid?
I reimbursed employees that...
Don't try to double talk me. Were you ever paid by Mr. Smith for work that you or crews hired by you did on his house?
No, Your Honor. I helped him hire the people. He said he needed people, and he wanted me to oversee the workers for work on his house. I did not employ him myself. He did. Just
a second. I got it. I got it. I got her. I got it. I got her. How much do you get from disability a month?
I don't get
Come on.
disability.
You don't get any kind of disability. Be very careful. You don't
No,
get
I
any
do
kind
not.
of disability.
I had disability. That's why I met Mr. Smith.
Just a second. I asked you a
Okay.
question. What year did you start to collect disability?
I was injured at one time in 1992.
1992.
Mm-hmm.
In what year, which is even more interesting, did you stop collecting disability?
2015.
So, according to you, until shortly before you started to do work for him, you were collecting disability.
I did not work.
Now tell me why your disability benefits were cut off last year.
That has nothing to do with this case.
Oh, it has everything to do with this case. It has everything to do with your last answer. Because when I ask you, well, you paid money to GC, and you start dancing around because if you were paid $25,000 to GC a project, even though you paid other people, then you committed fraud on the federal government. They're going to come looking for you. It has everything to do with this case. You want to tell me why your disability was stopped, if it was?
It had nothing to do with my case with him.
Really? Your case is dismissed. You may be hustling for a long time, Ms. Smith, but you don't hustle me. You don't hustle me. You don't answer my questions, your case is dismissed. Now, according to you, you let her stay in the house while she was doing some GC work on the house. She of course said in her now dismissed claim that she was a renter and you illegally evicted her and therefore she wants $5,000. That's what her case was about, that
No,
I
it
just
wasn't.
disposed of. Now we're going to get to your counterclaim. The counterclaim says that she proceeded to, after her keys were taken away, to engage in a course of conduct that was harassment. And at one point, she broke into your house and assaulted you. You want to tell me about it?
I allowed her to stay in the room as a guest. She lived 40 miles away. I was trying to help her. She had lack of assets. And she disappeared for 3 weeks, and there was a foul order coming from the room.
When was this? Give me the month.
November.
Okay.
I entered the room. I found stolen property of mine, an old flight suit, camera lenses, dog tags, 7 pairs of scissors. It was a total mess. I decided at this point in time that she had been gone for 3 weeks with no communication. Perhaps it was time I changed the locks. She arrives home. She doesn't even try the locks. She climbs under the house where the foundation wasn't yet, into the basement, into the kitchen, upstairs, pummeled me, grabbed my laptop, and ran away.
Did you call the police?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a police report?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to take a look at it.
I'll provide you with all the police.
No, don't give me everything. Just give me the first police report when she came in and came into the house. When was the last time you had any contact with her?
In court approximately 3 weeks ago.
What court?
She had filed another motion to dismiss my protection order. She showed up late beyond the roll call and argued with the judge that she was there, and when she wasn't.
You filed the protective order. Was it finally granted?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long do you have the protective order for?
A year starting March of this year.
And that's to keep her away from your house?
And no contact
And you.
me.
And no Would you put the papers down? Is there any reason whatsoever that you would want to have any contact whatsoever with Mr. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor. I filed a protection order against Mr. Smith in December of 2015.
Was it granted?
Yes, it was.
For how long?
For 30 days, and I came down
Just
with
a
ocular
second.
migraines and could not make the hearing.
I don't care. It was dismissed. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, just like his
Fine.
order, because it was default. I was not able to make it.
He has an order of protection against you. That means he can't come near you, which he has not. There's no question in my mind that he has not come near you.
Actually, I've got phone calls, Your Honor.
There's no question in my mind that he has not come near you. So why would... What part of put the papers down don't you get? You have no reason to look at papers. I've dismissed your claim. I'm merely addressing the countersuit.
Well, I have evidence for the countersuit, Your Honor.
You do?
Yes, I do.
I want you to tell me how you got into the house in November when you found that the locks were changed.
I was not informed the locks were changed, Your Honor. I have...
I want you to tell me how you got into the house in November when the locks were changed.
That day earlier, the day before, when I was driving there, or actually from 3 days before, Mr. Smith was locked out of the house. He called and he wanted me to come home because he wanted me to let him in the house because he had lost his key.
Yes.
And then he had told me that he had crawled under the house. Well, when I came back in town, I was only gone for 3 days. And I have text messages and his employees that worked under me matter of fact, the day before, he had taken my purse. Mr. Stevens had my purse and had sent it over to Marshall's house, which was my house, because I'd left it in Cooley Dam with him, and he had sent it.
Mr. Smith, when was the last contact you had with her?
Approximately 3 weeks ago.
And that was
at the hearing.
Okay, so this is really what you...
Yes, ma'am.
Pay careful attention. This is really what you have to do. You have to tell your lawyer that at some point, your lawyer has to move before the court, not to allow her, without a judge okaying it first, to file a petition against you, to reinstate her protective order, to vitiate your protective order. Sometimes when people file serial orders and there's something wrong with them, judges will do that. They will say, before a clerk can file anything, it needs a judge's counter-signature. Do you understand? What does that mean?
I would like to make one short comment.
Yes.
The judge at the last hearing stated she's a vexatious litigant.
I mean, those are nice words. If they were said, that doesn't mean an order.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
By a judge that says, before you may file another proceeding against Marshall Smith, you must get judicial approval to do that, which means the judge has to look at the allegations, look at the history of the case, and say, not again on my watch. Do you understand? Your counterclaim is dismissed. You have an attorney. Your claim is for sure dismissed. We're done. Mr. Pritchard, you know the defendant because he is the brother-in-law of this young lady who is either your girlfriend or your fiancée, that's how you refer to her.
That's correct, yes.
And you have an order of protection against him because he beat you up.
Correct, yeah.
He assaulted, there's no such thing as, he assaulted you.
Yes.
And I know that Mr. Abrahamson, I know that you assaulted him.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And you say you assaulted him because he's a stoner, which I assume you mean he uses drugs.
No, Your Honor,
What does that mean?
Well, he has
You say he's a stoner who took your sister-in-law, that's this young lady?
Yes, ma'am.
Down a bad path.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you called him a stoner.
Yes, Your Honor.
What does that mean?
Well, he smokes a lot of weed. He
That's what I
does a
thought,
lot of
drugs.
drugs. Yes, ma'am.
And is that the reason you beat him up?
No, ma'am.
What'd you beat him up for?
No, ma'am. September 14th, 2015, I had a camera set up in my computer room. I have a couple slot machines. Money has been stolen previously from me. So I had that set up, and at the time, it was 8:25. The camera was turned over, slot machine was broken into, money was gone. I came home that day, looked in the slot machine, money was gone. I'm like, what's going on here?
Well, did they live with you?
No, they had to come to my house to get food at their mom and dad's house. Their dad was in the hospital, so the mom wasn't there. So we had bought them food so they could bring back to the house.
Were they living together?
I am not sure.
You don't know?
No, ma'am.
Are you sick?
I was crying.
What'd you beat him up for?
19.
My question to you is, are you sick? Now.
No.
What's your first name?
Molly.
Take a breath. Is that your sister? Did you used to live with her?
No.
Did you ever live with her, Molly?
No.
Who do you live with now?
I live with Josh.
Do you work?
No. I'm in school.
What school do you go to?
Minnesota Virtual High school in Minneapolis.
Do you go to school every day?
Yeah, it's online.
So you're an online, you don't leave the house?
No.
But you don't go to school?
No.
And what does Josh do?
He is unemployed at the moment.
Whose house do you live in?
An older lady, she's a friend of hers, like grandma, we're living with at the moment.
How long have you been living there?
About 6 months, 5-6 months.
Do you get any money for going to school online?
No.
Do you have to pay any money to do that?
No.
How do you support yourself, Molly?
Food stamps, EBT, from the county.
And how does Josh support himself?
He is doing Social Security right now, disability for his back.
For his what?
He's trying to get accepted for disability for his back.
What's wrong
Social
with his back?
Security. He has, I'm not sure. He would have to explain it.
What's wrong with your back?
I have a congenital fusion, Your Honor, something I was born with, a birth defect. Causes a lot of pain. I'm currently on a 10-pound weight restriction ordered by a neurosurgeon.
Well, there are a lot of jobs you can do without having to lift up 10 pounds.
Not in the county that we live in, Your Honor. There's not much to go on, and the only job that I had going for me was the casino, and thanks to Mr. Abrahamson, I can't work there.
Molly, do you think you're doing well with Josh?
Yeah.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
You think that that's the right trajectory for your life?
Yes.
Do you? Okay, sit down. Do you see your sister at all?
No.
Because of him?
I'm sorry?
Because of him?
Because of Matthew.
So let's get back to the slot machine that was broken into.
Sure.
And I assume that what you're going to tell me is that it was your belief that
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
plaintiff
Yes, Your
stole
Honor.
your money.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me how you came to that conclusion.
My son, he had to come home from school to get a picture for him. They had pictures that day. And he witnessed the car pull in at, what time was it? Do you want to?
Stand up.
The
Tell me
time-
your name.
Aiden Owen.
Tell me about the day that the slot machine got broken into in the house. The money was taken.
I went to school that morning and I,
Where was your dad?
At work.
And your mom?
At work.
And how old are you?
I went inside the house, climbed through the kitchen window because I didn't know that the key was inside the garage. And then I got the picture for him, walked down the street. Well, I locked the door.
So you went out the door?
Yes.
And you locked the door behind you?
Yes. And then I locked it and I went back and I started walking down the road and I seen a Chevy Impala go by me that they used to drive. And obviously it was them. And I went
Did
back.
you see who was in the car?
No.
Now, is this a well-traveled road?
Yeah.
How many times have you seen that car before?
Probably every 2 months that I went to my grandma's.
You said something about your grandma.
Oh, I used to go to my grandma's every 2.
And that's where you saw whose truck was it?
Car. It was theirs, but they were borrowing it.
From your grandmother?
No.
From whom?
I have no idea. All I remember is they're borrowing it from a friend.
What color? Chevy Impala, wasn't a truck.
I think it was a silver, grayish.
How far from your house was it?
Probably a block or 2 away.
So you continued to go to school?
Yeah.
And it was based on that you assumed that he was the one who broke into the house?
Well, not broke in. No, we left them the food, so they had permission to be in the house, just not grab the money.
Oh, okay. So how did they get into the house?
Key. We gave them the key. Or they had the key was at my house, so then they could get in because we were at work.
Okay, so you had prepared food for them?
Correct. Yes, ma'am. On the kitchen table.
Was the food gone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So the food was gone?
Food was gone.
As well as the cash?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me about the assault.
The assault.
Assault is finished with, so I can...
Correct.
Go ahead.
Yep. So we got home. Well, when I got home, I looked in the slot machine, looked for everything. Money's gone. I called up Tasha to see maybe she had grabbed it. I asked the kids, maybe they grabbed it. Nope. Tasha comes home. That's why I have the video right here. For coming home, we're looking. We called those guys. We called the plaintiffs. Said we'll be over at 7. We just got a voicemail. We'll be over at 7 to get our money. We want our money back. We go over there. Molly's sleeping. Josh wasn't. We didn't see him. So we went inside. Molly, where's Josh? She wakes up. What's going on? And we know you took the money. We want our money. We were pretty not happy at the time. So we get it out of her. Oh, it was all my idea. We took the money. All right, where's Josh?
Molly said.
Yes, ma'am.
Molly said, it was all my idea.
We took the money. All right, where's Josh?
And your wife was with you?
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
And that's what your sister said?
Correct.
It was my idea. Okay.
And then we found out Josh was in the bathroom. I broke in, and that's when the assault occurred. It was all done, went home.
Did you get your money?
No, ma'am. From what? He doesn't have a job. I can't get anything.
Well, what'd they do with the money?
We still had the money, Your Honor. We did offer it back to him. He wasn't concerned with that, though.
No.
How much money did you take?
$40, ma'am. And
Why'd you take the money?
I didn't take it.
Molly did?
Yes.
Did she tell you why she took the money?
There was a miscommunication between her and her mother. Her mother did say that there was going to be $40 for us to help us get through. She was planning on being gone for a while down at the hospital with her dad in recovery. There was a miscommunication. I didn't know exactly what the whole deal was, but from what I gathered out of it, I guess we were supposed to grab it out of a bank account, but she had thought that it was supposed to be given to us from there.
Okay, so that's when the assault took place.
Yes,
He pled guilty to something, and as a result of that, he got an order of protection.
Yes.
And this is what this case is about. Is your claim, Mr. Pritchard, that Mr.
Abrahamson.
Abrahamson, no, I can't say that. Mr. Abrahamson continues to violate the order of protection.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Pritchard, you've known this family for a long time.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Was it Mr. Abrahamson's practice to go to the casino before you got the job there? Think before you answer the question, otherwise I bring Molly up, and Molly's not going to be happy if I bring her up. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Was it Mr. Abrahamson's practice? Some people like the casino, and some people don't go to the casino regularly. So you know them for a long time.
Yes.
And you're not a regular worker bee. So did you know that it was his practice to go to the casino for entertainment?
Yes, Your Honor. I had worked there before.
Okay. And how frequently did he go to the casino before?
Before, from
Once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week?
maybe twice a month.
On the weekends?
Yes.
And would you see him there?
Yes.
Where would you see him?
On the floor, at a slot machine.
Did he go with his wife?
On occasion, yes. A lot of times he
Sometimes?
was there on his own, yeah.
And sometimes on his own?
Yes.
And when did this assault take place? Give me the
September
date.
14th
Of last year.
2015.
And when did you start to work at the casino?
March of 2016.
So you started to work at the casino knowing that he went there twice a month, either alone or with his wife.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Right. So it was not surprising to you to find him at the casino because you knew that he was a regular at the casino.
That's correct.
Great. Now you have a video to show me, I assume there's something there to show me how you believe he harassed you. By the way, when did you leave the casino? When did you leave that job?
At the end of May, Your Honor.
Of 2016.
16. Yeah.
So you had that, listen to me.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
So you had that job for less than 8 weeks.
Yes.
Prior to that, where did you work?
Before that, I was working for Dairy Queen, I believe.
What do you mean you believe? Were you working for Dairy Queen or were you not working
Yes,
for
I
Dairy
was.
Queen? A cone and a little ice cream doesn't weigh more than 10 pounds. What happened to that job? I assume there's one Dairy Queen in your neighborhood?
Yes.
So it's very easy to find out? Tell me what happened to that job and when.
I had left that job, Your Honor. We had new management.
You had new management, so what did new management have to do with you?
We weren't getting along.
You weren't getting along with the new team.
Right.
And from when to when did you work for Dairy Queen?
October 30th, I believe, is when I started. And January 5th, maybe, was when
So
I
you
quit.
worked there also for less than 8 weeks.
Yeah,
And that was January of 2016.
correct.
And then you were unemployed for 2 months. And then you got a job and had that job for another 8 weeks. Now, prior to working for Dairy Queen, who did you work for?
I believe I was unemployed for a little while, Your Honor.
What's a little while? From September of 2015, when this assault took place, to May of 2016, did you work more than 16 weeks? 8 weeks or less for Dairy Queen and 8 weeks or less at the casino?
No.
Did you work for anybody else?
Yes.
I'm listening.
Okay. Little store, Your Honor. Little store? Gas station?
From when to when did you work at the little store?
From May of 2015 until September when the assault took place, Your Honor.
Okay. May, June, July, August. So that you worked the gas station for 4 months
Yes.
in 2015.
Correct.
From September 2015 until May of 2016, am I correct that you held 2 jobs, both for a series of weeks, one for Dairy Queen and one at the casino?
Correct.
What'd you do with the rest of the time?
I was in recovery for a little while after the assault. A lot of the times I was scared to leave my house. That was one of the big reasons why I didn't have any jobs. I've also been going through this disability, Your Honor.
Well, then my question to you, and then we're going to look at your video. Then my question to you, Mr. Pritchard, is if you were scared to go out of the house,
yes,
what did you take a job for at a casino where you knew the defendant frequented? Mr. McDonald, I'm going to start with you, sir.
Okay.
You and Miss Perez worked at the same place. You were the manager of the place where you worked. What kind of facility was that?
It's a check cashing.
You were the manager, and what role did you have there?
I was assistant manager.
You were selling a car.
That is correct.
And Miss Perez and you came to an agreement that she was going to purchase the car. When was that, Mr. McDonald?
We started talking about it probably about August 11th, 2016.
Did she purchase it in August of 2016?
Yes, she did.
And she gave you a down payment?
That is correct.
How much?
$2,500.
And the agreement was she was going to pay you $200 a month.
The agreement was that she would give me $100 every payday, which would be $200 per month, some months $300.
And in the month of September, did the payments start immediately in September, or were they delayed until October?
No, ma'am, they started till October 1st was her first payment.
Did she make a payment in October?
Yes, she did.
Did she make a payment in November?
Yes, she did. It was late.
Okay, but she made a payment in November.
That's correct.
Did she make a payment in December?
No.
Do you have any proof that you made a payment in December?
No.
And you didn't make the payment in December. Why did you not make the payment in December?
I spoke with Larry and I let him know that my daughter, we had a situation out of town, and he was okay with me not making a payment. And I told him I'll make up for it in January.
Did you make a payment in January?
Yes, I did.
Did she make a payment in January?
In January, yes.
Okay, January what?
January 19th.
And how much did she give you in January?
$200.
Had she had a discussion with you in December about some emergency that she had?
She had a discussion with me to tell me that she needed time off work to take her daughter back to see her aunt and that she would be back at a time, but did not.
Did she tell you well, you must have asked her what about the car payment for December?
Yes, and she said she was going to be making it.
And she did not?
No.
In January, however, she made the payment on the 19th.
That's correct.
And on that same day, when she made the payment, you repossessed the car. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you didn't tell her when she made the payment to you that you were repossessing the car because you knew, according to you, that she was going to be fired from her job the following week. Is that correct? That's what you say.
That's correct, but the fact is that she only had made up to January 19th and made 2 payments, so she was 6 payments behind.
No,
yes.
sir.
Yes, she
Not
was.
according to you.
No?
I just asked you those questions, sir. I said, did she make a payment to you in October?
Which
You
she
said
did,
you were
one
paid.
payment. You asked me if she made a payment, and I said yes, she made one. She made 1 payment in November.
Of how much?
$100 each, both times.
So she made $200, and she was supposed to pay you how much?
$400.
$400 a month. So $200.
No, okay, let me back up. October, she should have paid me $200, $100 for each pay period.
Just a second. So she paid you $200.
No,
How much did she pay you?
$100.
Okay, so she only made 1 payment in
That
October.
is correct.
Got it. Now I got it. You have proof that you made 2 payments in October. Question. There's a question before you. Did you make 2 payments in October?
No.
In November, how many payments did she make?
1 payment of $100.
Do you have proof that you made 2 payments in November? Because you were supposed to make 2 a month, right? Well, then he had every right to repossess your car. Because what he said was, initially, I said, well, if she made her payments in October and November, she missed December, but then she paid in January. She gave him $200 in January, and he took the car back right after the payment. That sounds a little sketchy. But you didn't pay him in October. You didn't pay him in November because you owed him money in both October and November. You didn't pay him at all in December, and you didn't pay him in January until January 19th. What did you expect him to do?
No,
Give you a gold star?
I did make 2 payments, but I made 1 payment in October.
You made a payment of how much? $100.
In October, no, 135 plus 115 because we went half on the thermostat that went out. So I made a payment.
Listen to me. I don't care about the thermostat that went out. You were supposed to pay him $100 a pay period.
Yes.
How many payments did you make him?
I made
make
one payment of $250 in October.
$250. Show me.
I can show you the text that I text them, and I can't show you.
November.
Nope.
Well, you knew you were coming to court today, madam. This is your case. What you're suing him for is
all my
the money.
evidence was in the Jeep. I had receipts like this in the Jeep. I didn't think my Jeep was going to get taken, so I don't have evidence. I don't want to say yes, I did when I can't come here and prove it to you, but everything's in the Jeep.
No, there wasn't.
Shh.
Sorry.
Shh.
There was nothing in the Jeep that was not given back to her. Everything that was in the Jeep.
Sorry, Miss Perez.
Your Honor, there is a few things.
Sorry, Miss Perez. He didn't steal the vehicle. He repossessed the car because you hadn't been making payments to him as you were supposed to make payments to him while you were working for him.
Yep.
And then you were going to get fired, so we knew for sure you weren't going to make any payments.
And
Yeah,
she
because
also
you didn't
wasn't
make payments when you were working and getting paid at all in December.
It was just December. I made
No. You have no proof that you made all your payments in October or November.
And she had her insurance canceled 4 different times through this whole thing.
No, I didn't.
I've got evidence.
Doesn't matter. She has no case. Now, you have a counterclaim.
That is correct.
Your counterclaim is for damage to the vehicle and impound fees.
That is correct.
What impound fees?
Because she reported the car stolen, and the car wasn't stolen, she was told that...
Just a second. Did you give her notice that you would repossess the car?
I told her that I took the car when I paid her off.
And when was that?
That was the following Tuesday. Because of the fact...
Just a second. When had she reported the car stolen? That was immediately.
The 20th.
So then you have to pay the impound fees.
But the Sacramento Police Department said the report should have never been taken.
Don't tell me what anybody said to you. You had the car, while she was at work, you had the car repossessed. You didn't tell her about it that day. She comes out, she looks for her car's not there. She reports it stolen. She doesn't find out until later, till after you paid her off, days later, that you actually had the car. So if the car was impounded because she reported it stolen, you should have told her immediately. That's all. Now, money owed for damaged vehicle. Tell me how the vehicle was damaged.
Well, there was one damage to the right driver's door, which my witness is the first one that saw it.
Just a second. All you have to do is show me a picture.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have recordings with their insurance saying he didn't know where the vehicle was.
Just a second.
He had
Listen, you have no case. You didn't make your payments.
I just don't. I made payments. I just don't have proof.
I'm sorry.
Because it was repossessed, and he's not going to give me his credit card statement. If you get his credit card statement, it will
Madam,
show.
you acknowledge you made no payments in December, and you didn't make any payments until January 19th. For January.
No.
And that has nothing to do with
January
October and November.
was for December that I talked to him about. In October and November, I only made one payment. You asked me if I made 2, and I do have proof. I mean, and his.
You don't have proof.
I don't, because he's repossessed his car, which has all my evidence in it. How's that fair to me?
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate that he lied to everybody.
Next time, keep better evidence.
Yes.
I can't see what you're pointing to, sir. I can't see what this is.
You can see the dent right in the center of the picture.
You're talking about
right there?
Here?
And here's the.
You're talking about here?
Yeah.
Of insurance payments. I've been paying insurance.
I don't care if you've been paying insurance. You weren't paying him.
Yeah, I was.
You have proof that you're paying insurance. Yeah. You should have proof that you were paying him. How did the car get dented here?
I don't know. When I wasn't pointed out it, he pointed out to me. Oh, well, actually, Marie pointed out to me, and I told him when I was on the freeway, I heard a dink, but didn't notice anything until she pointed it out. It looks like a rock or a ball, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure it might have been on there before.
Just a second. You saw this dent?
Yeah.
Good. Stand up. Did you see how it happened?
No.
No. She doesn't know how it happened either.
But I know the car how it was when Larry gave it to her. Mm-hmm. And so when I came to work and it was literally 70 feet away from me, I said, what is that dent?
What, it looks like somebody hit a car door onto hers.
That's
what it looks like.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there was an accident.
No.
It looked like somebody hit their car door into hers.
Or it looks like
or
someone took a foot.
Or a ball. Right?
Something.
Your case is dismissed. Your counterclaim is for the missed payments.
No.
No?
My countersuit is for the insurance to fix the vehicle.
Why is mine dismissed?
Why?
I just told you why. I told you 4 times because you have no proof that you paid him in October and November what you were supposed to pay him. You acknowledge you didn't pay him at all in December, and you didn't offer a payment until almost the end of January. Don't speak. That's why your case is dismissed. He had every right to repossess the car. Do you understand? Use the $2,500 deposit to fix the door. You got it? Perfect. We're done. Ms. Tickle, you boarded a horse at the defendant's facility, and you claimed the horse was injured while at that facility.
Yes, Your Honor.
And in addition, that when you tried to get the horse from the facility, the defendant sort of held the horse ransom because she claimed that you owed her money.
Yes.
And I read her answer, and her answer is clear. She said that the horse was, in fact, injured at her facility, correct?
Yes.
And that she immediately called your vet, correct?
Yes.
And that your vet said that in order for your vet to come out to look at the horse, she would have to pay a past due bill of yours in addition to that visit that the vet would make. So what's the name of your vet?
It's one of my vets. It's Dr.
The vet that you called.
Dr. Purdue, who's the person she indicated on the boarding agreement as her vet of record.
Fine. On what date was the horse injured?
September 7th.
Okay. Now, on September 7th, did you owe Dr. Purdue money? That's very easy. I can make a call.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money did you owe Dr. Purdue?
$280.
How long did you owe Dr. Purdue the $280?
It was 6 months or so, 9 months.
Why didn't you pay the doctor their bill?
I had sold my house and had moved.
Well,
and
okay. You didn't pay the bill. Okay, so
Right.
she's absolutely correct. Called the doctor. The doctor said she owes me money. I'm not coming out to see this horse unless you pay what she owes me plus the visit.
Which was $900, not $250.
Not $280.
Not $280. It was $900. That's what they told me. And it was a year
Yeah.
in arrears.
Now, on September 7th, did Miss Tickle owe you any money for boarding the horse?
Yes, she had not paid September's board, which was due on the 1st.
Did she pay August's bill?
She did, but I think it was late.
But she paid August's bill, so by September 7th, she really wasn't that much delayed.
Not too late, no. But
No.
she had disappeared and the horse was supposed to be picked up on September 1st, and I hadn't heard from her and couldn't reach her.
Just a second. When you say the horse was supposed to be picked up, what does that mean?
She advised me sometime in July that the horse was going to be picked up on September 1st. But I never heard from her. She never showed up. Nothing happened. She never called, text, nothing, zero. I thought the horse had been abandoned.
Okay. Now, on September 1st, had you made an arrangement, because I read your complaint, to transfer the horse to another facility that was closer? That's what you say. So be careful your answer.
Right. The date, though, is incorrect. It was an oral statement that
I don't care if it's oral or not. Did you tell her that you were going to be picking up the horse on September 1st because according to you, you were looking for another facility that was much closer to me? Because you told her
But
that.
not on, I said I need to find the right facility. My horse has known allergies, which she gets hives, Your Honor, that are all over her body, and it's a health problem. The hives break open. She's not able to lay down. They get
So why didn't you pay your vet?
I paid my vet when I got the bill. There was
you
a problem
didn't.
with my getting mail to my new address. So
when did you move?
I moved in August, put everything in storage. In September, I moved.
Well, this bill was due in December,
Right,
according
this
to
was
you.
in
So you would have
December.
gotten it January, February, March, April, May. You would have gotten the bill.
Right, Your Honor.
Okay.
Usually, I was present when the vet would come out. This is the first time a vet has ever seen my horse. I've owned her 10 years without me being present.
Ms. Tickle, let's go. How much did you pay the defendant when you went to pick up the horse?
When I went to pick up the horse
Yes, in September.
When I actually picked her up in September.
How much did you pay her? Well, let me go back.
Okay.
Ms. Joint, how much was her monthly boarding fee?
$325.
So she owed you that in September?
She owed me that, yes.
Okay. Now, do you know how the horse was injured? It had a large hole in its chest.
I have no idea how the horse was injured. No one was there, no one saw it. It's impossible to know.
I'd like
Horses
to
unfortunately injure themselves quite regularly in their paddocks, and you don't know necessarily how they did it.
I'd like to see what you wrote up about the horse's injury.
What I wrote about
Did you have a log, I assume, that you keep with regard to the horses that you board?
I don't board horses regularly. This was a one-off situation. She was a companion horse for my horse because another horse went away, so they didn't like being alone. But it's not a regular thing. It's kind of like a roommate situation.
Do you have a contract?
Yes.
I'd like to look at it.
Okay.
I met the defendant because she advertised a stall for rent, boarding stalls in Craigslist.
How long did you keep your horse there?
From January 13th, 2014 until
So it was there for a
September.
very long time, and
Yes.
clearly you were satisfied.
Yes.
Otherwise, you would have moved it.
Right. Everything was fine up until I got hurt.
This is your contract. And this says that if the horse becomes injured, which the horse clearly was, that it's your responsibility to first try to contact the boarder.
Which I did desperately.
Just a second. That's fine. And the second thing that you do is if you can't contact her, she gives you permission to contact her vet.
Correct.
Which you did.
Correct.
If the boarder's veterinarian is unavailable, the boarder authorizes the stable to call its veterinarian in an emergency, and that the boarder will be fully responsible for all veterinary charges so incurred. So you really had the responsibility to call a vet, but it's her responsibility to pay.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Correct. So the part of your request for vet bills, she's not responsible for those pursuant to this contract. You are.
Right, Your Honor, but her boarding contract, she doesn't have a home occupational permit to run a boarding stable in Simi Valley, and that's required to...
Hey, you kept the horse there for 9 months.
Right.
When did you have this epiphany that she wasn't allowed to do what she was doing? When did you have this epiphany? When you had a problem? What I'm telling you is you have a contract, and your contract says that you pay the vet bill. Right now, you owe her $325 because your horse was there in the month of September. Has this happened? You paid it?
Yes, I did.
Great. How much did you pay her?
I paid $325. I sent it to her through bill pay.
Is that correct?
It was canceled. I have an email from my bank saying it was canceled.
I canceled it, Your Honor, after...
So you owe her $325?
No, I paid that... She gave me a billing, Your Honor, when I came. She never
Pick up the horse. She said to you, you're not getting the horse unless you give me so much money.
Right, and she added on erroneous charges and add-ons.
How much money did you give her?
I gave her $1,584.
Okay, now we come back to you. What is $1,584 for?
I have a line item billing of everything that I did for the horse, being that I had understood the horse was abandoned for the last 2
Well,
months.
I don't care what you understand, actually. I don't care what you understand. 7 days is not abandoned.
She had not been to see that horse for months.
That's not true.
That's actually impossible because she told me that a month prior or 2 months prior, she had a conversation with you that she was moving the horse.
I believe it was a text exchange.
I don't care if it was text or by smoke signals.
She had not been to the facility to see her horse.
Listen to me. It doesn't matter. So far, she owes you $325 for boarding for the month of September.
I'd be happy to show you the billing with the receipts that I have.
She paid you in August.
I apologize, it's complicated because we had
Just a second. No way. No way. So, baloney. Take it back. She owes you $325 because the horse hadn't been there the whole month of September. According to this, twice a month.
She also paid hay in addition to the board.
I understand that.
And I fed her horse and I gave it medical care, which it was essential, or the horse could have got an infection and been very sick.
Let me tell you what you were required to do pursuant to your contract. You were required to get a vet.
I did. I called the vet and
No, I read your answer.
I spoke to the vet.
I read your answer.
And he gave me his recommendation.
I read your answer. You don't get paid for that. You personally, unless you paid it, just a second. Listen to me
that's left at my property
Listen to
that's
me
abandoned.
carefully. Unless the vet sent you a bill, you don't get paid for that.
How do you?
Did the vet send you the bill for the I'm speaking. Just answer the question. Did the vet send you a bill for the conversation that you had with the vet to tell you how to fix the injury, this large gaping hole in the horse's chest that happened while it was under your care?
No.
Did the vet tell? The answer is no.
He gave me free
so
advice because he
$1,584
knew
less
I thought it was
$325,
abandoned.
which is actually what she owed you, which she didn't pay, which is $162. So far, $1,261. Then you do have to feed your horse.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. So how much does it cost for the horse's food for the 9 months that the horse was there?
It was $100 a month average for 6 bales of hay. That's what my size horse consumes.
Over the 9-month period, what did you pay?
I paid
for
on
food?
average of $120 a month.
Well, now it's from 100 to 120. Why don't we think again? How much did you pay for the horse's food for the 9 months that the horse was there?
$120 a month was for the hay.
Fine, less 120.
No, I paid that though. I paid that. She would give me.
In
She would
September?
tell me the amount.
Just a second. In September?
That's in her billing.
Just a second. What
That's
billing?
in her billing that she gave to me.
Oh, I'm deducting certain figures. I'm deducting from what you gave her, $1,584. I'm deducting what you owe her,
Right.
$325 for the boarding for the month of September.
Right.
You owe her $120 for food. I'm deducting that from the money that you gave her. This is your lawsuit.
$60, Your Honor, because it would have been half the month.
So far, $1,141 is what you're entitled to back from what she gave you, because you're not getting paid for the vet, for you acting like a vet on a horse that was injured on your watch. Food and her monthly boarding for September. What else does she owe you?
Grain, because I had to start feeding the horse because it was losing weight. It was in
Grain.
stress.
Just a second. In the 9 months that you had the horse there, other than September, did you ever feed the horse and bill her for grain? The answer is either yes.
She brought the grain up until around July timeframe. June, July, I started feeding the horse because she was no longer bringing food to it.
Just a second. I'm giving you hay. That's in your deal. And I gave you for the whole month, not just half of it. What I asked you was, had you ever previously billed her for grain?
Before July, no, because she bought her
own. Okay, 1141. What else?
The medical care. I flushed that wound 3 times a day.
1141. That's what you're entitled to, not $4,803. 1141. That takes off the food for the horse and the $325 that you owe her.
Okay.
It actually says in my contract that I'm entitled to bill for medical care I provide the horse if I have to.
No. Now, it says that you are required to provide veterinary care.
I gave the horse veterinary care under veterinary advice.
Are you a licensed veterinary doctor?
No, but my witness is a vet tech, and I went under her advice and the doctor's advice on how
You don't
to
get
treat
paid
the
for
wound.
that. 1141. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done.
If it were her horse and the tables were turned, I would have called another vet and another vet and another vet.
She didn't contact me for a week after the horse was injured.
Until I had that horse, the gapping wound.
I texted her, I called her, I emailed her.
Sealed up and cleaned up.
I went way above and beyond.
I learned a lesson. I will never board at a private backyard facility.
Take care of your animals and go visit them when you're supposed to.
And certainly not through one I find on Craigslist.
Mr. Case, the defendant is your former girlfriend, and you have one child together. That child is how old?
6, Your Honor.
And it's a little boy, and you have primary physical custody of him.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've had primary physical custody of him for several years.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The defendant shares custody with you in the summertime. Is that my understanding?
That just recently came back.
Just recently?
Yes.
Now, the lawsuit is relatively simple. Each of you are accusing the other of initiating legal proceedings with regard to the other in family court, which cost you both a lot of money, and you want the other to compensate you for the legal fees that were incurred as a result of these frivolous court actions. So I'm going to ask you both one simple question. First, did either of you make application for counsel fees against the other when you were in family court?
No, Your Honor.
Was there a reason for that?
The mediation did not work.
What do you mean the mediation didn't work?
We were required to go to mediation and talk with the parenting coordinator, and we were unable to be civil and work things out, so we went to a trial.
Well, but when you go to a trial, then at the end of the trial, if you have a lawyer, then the lawyer says to the losing party after one case is dismissed and the second case is dismissed, I want counsel fees because this is a frivolous action. Did either of you make that application after the trials?
I did not, because my lawyer advised me that they would not award it to me.
And you?
I never did.
She did. She did file for $700.
In
legal fees, yes.
Was that denied?
Yes.
It was denied by the family court judge.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is not correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see if he probably has something to demonstrate that your attorney did make an application for legal fees. And
I have, it's all right here, Your Honor.
Okay, let me take a look.
This is the most recent order where everything was dismissed.
Does that mention the legal fees? Does this mention the legal fees?
It should, yes.
It should. I'm not going to read this whole thing.
Well,
find it.
Denied motion.
We're just talking about legal fees. I understand that promotions were denied. Show me in the order. That's all I want to see.
Right here in the court. I got it in the court docket where it was all denied. You can look over this whole docket.
I don't want to look over the whole document. I want you to take a pen and circle where it says motion for counsel fees by Miss Aldrich is denied. That's it. That's an easy thing.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It was right here. This is part of it. For some reason, it's not in the court docket, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
If it's not in the court docket, then it's not there. All right. Now, I'm going to address one part of your case, sir, because that's going to be dispositive for me with regard to the entire case. There's no question, Miss Aldrich, that Mr. Case has legal custody of your son, either given to him initially by you or awarded by a court after a trial. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that is after a full fact-finding trial. The court, clearly by awarding him physical custody, determined that he was a more appropriate parent. That's what the courts do.
Right.
They say between two people. So that's a given. Now, this is what I understand, at least in part, started all this trouble. You had primary physical custody. According to you, at some point last year, your son came home from a visit with his mother. According to you, he had a bruise.
Multiple.
multiple bruises. And you asked him what happened, and he said to you, in effect, Mommy's boyfriend hit me.
Actually, I picked him up from the
No,
visit.
listen to me. Did I say anything that was untrue? I may have said it in different words, but is anything that I said inconsistent with your complaint?
No, you're correct.
Fine. I actually tell the story better than you do because I get to the point. So this is your story. Your son comes home, tells you that his mother's boyfriend hit him, which is why he has bruises. At some time subsequently, Miss Aldrich notified you that she was going on vacation for a week, wanted to take a son with her, and you also ascertained that the boyfriend was going on that vacation. So far, correct?
Correct.
How much time after you noticed these bruises was this vacation supposed to take place?
I'm not sure approximate date, but I filed for a protection order against her boyfriend.
Immediately?
Actually, I made a police report. As I picked him up, I pulled over a police officer as I was driving down the road.
So you made a report immediately?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you initiated a protective order with your son as the beneficiary of that protective order, keeping Miss Aldrich's boyfriend away from your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you and your boyfriend go away together with your son on vacation?
No, ma'am.
The boyfriend didn't go?
He was not allowed.
But you went?
I sure did.
And you took your son with you?
Yes, ma'am.
That was after a hearing. Was there ultimately a hearing on that protective order with regard to the boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened with that case?
It got dropped.
When you say it got dropped, or did it get dropped, or did it get dismissed?
It got dismissed. Ralph didn't have any evidence.
Well, that's your conclusion. Did you have a trial?
I did not go. I was on vacation at the time.
You mean to the hearing? Did the boyfriend go?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up.
Thank you.
Last name, sir?
Mr. Gould, or Gould.
Mr. Gould, you went to the trial for the protective order. And was the protective order granted?
No, the protection order was dropped.
When you say dropped, it was withdrawn.
Withdrawn.
Okay, that's a different story. Do you understand, Miss Aldrich? That doesn't say didn't have any evidence. That means that Mr. Case had accomplished his mission, which was to prevent the boyfriend going on vacation with you and your son. So, mission accomplished. I don't have to proceed with this anymore. Now you can sit down.
Thank you.
I'd like to see the police report.
Police report, divine motion, and incident report. Emails, attorney fees.
Stop
and
talking to
police.
yourself, please.
Sorry.
Only old
Sorry,
people
Your
talk
Honor.
to themselves. Okay, so let's get to first, Miss Aldrich, with regard to your counterclaim. Based upon this police report alone, it's dismissed. Your counterclaim for the plaintiff filing frivolous actions against you. I must assume that prior to this incident, which occurred on June 4th, 2016, that you had been enjoying visitation with your son on some weekends, correct?
Correct.
How long had you been enjoying visitation with your son? A month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year?
Years.
Years. And this was the first police report that was filed.
Yes, magistrate.
Okay. And the 4th was the actual date that Mr. Chase picked your son up from visitation at your house. The officer's narrative, and I'm not quoting him, I'm quoting what the officer said that your son said to him. Your son said to the officer that the boyfriend hit him, which resulted in the bruises on his legs, shins, and back. That's what the boy told the officer. The officer documented that with photographs because the officer said, I saw the bruises, I documented them with photographs. So the plaintiff had every reason to file for a protective order against Mr. Gould based on this. As a matter of fact, he could have been charged with a neglect if he did not do so, knowing that Mr. Gould was again going to be alone in his company without his father present when you were on vacation. Now, you don't know, I don't know, certainly, and I'm not going to get that information here today as to whether or not the plaintiff coached your son to say that. However, based upon your statement to me that you have been having weekend visitation for years without incident, I have to assume that there wasn't an ongoing pattern of trying to disrupt your visitation with your son, but this was an incident that caused his custodial parent some alarm, coming back with bruises. Your excuse to the police officer who spoke to you was, we just took the training wheels off his bike and he fell. That was your reason. So he had every reason to do what he did. So your application for counsel fees is denied. You did what you were supposed to do. What counsel fees do you think you're entitled to?
Just to all the emergency motions that were filed.
Well, she filed an emergency motion as a result of you are trying to preclude her going on a long-standing vacation to allow her to take him. That's perfectly reasonable.
And also for relocation and to file for the custody when there was no extreme change of circumstances.
Well, listen, did you relocate?
No, ma'am.
Did you try to get an order of custody so that you could relocate?
Not for relocation purposes.
For the child sorry.
What do you mean for the child?
It was a relocation for the child, so she would be full custodial parent and not me.
Oh, she filed for change in custody.
Yeah, it just said relocation on the
Well, listen, that happens, and that was just resolved, and it was resolved clearly in your favor. You retained primary custody, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
So that there was some benefit for the defendant in bringing on an application, because instead of weekend visitation, she now gets partial summer visitation, right? But the defendant's visitation rights were expanded as a result of the last order in May. That's a yes or a no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good, your case is dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
I only have one other thing to say to you. Your son is 6. You're going to be parents of him. He's going to be living with you probably for the next 12 years. I'm speaking. Try listening. Put on your listening ears, Mr. Chase. I think you're a very nice guy, and you're a good parent, and you've parented this child reasonably well so far. I see no indication that you have not, which is all a wonderful thing, and I give you credit for that. However, I'm going to tell you this. Both of you didn't make this one child to make his life miserable, I assume. You made this child either on purpose or by accident, but you made this little being who didn't ask to be born. So don't make us like crazy. Do you understand?
I understand.
And your primary responsibility when your son is with you is to him, period. Nobody else. And I guarantee you that if you had primary custody of your son and he went with his father for a weekend and you picked your son up and he had bruises, which your son clearly did, and your son said that his girlfriend hit him, you would have done nothing less, right?
Correct.
Good. We're done. Is there someone whose name is Dusty here? That would be you.
Yes.
You are the plaintiff's wife?
Yes.
Are you together?
Not at this moment, no.
And you are appearing as a witness for him?
Yes.
Interesting. Now, Mr. Barnes, you lived with your wife in a rental property that is owned by the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
Your wife's name was on the lease. Your name is not on the lease.
Yes.
The defendant knew you were there. Is that correct?
That's not correct.
Oh, that's not true. Then your counterclaim is dismissed because your counterclaim is that he was supposed to fix a shed for you. You paid him to fix the shed. He never fixed the shed, and the materials disappeared. Well, why would you pay? You mean he was just a maintenance guy that was around, so you knew he was living there?
Yes.
So why did you say no?
It's been a rocky relationship, and they split up a number of times.
That's okay, but you knew he was living
I
there.
did know, yes.
Okay. And you knew he had been living there for a long period of time, as long as Dusty has lived there? How long was Mr. Barnes living there? When did you move in, Mr. Barnes?
October 19th of 2015.
And on what date did you change the locks?
November 9th, 2016.
You can't do that. So his lawsuit is for an illegal eviction and some property that he claims was lost somehow. You have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is some damage that was done to the house by this person who you first said that you didn't know was living there, and something that has to do with this shed that he was supposed to build for you. Okay. What I find is curious. Did you bring him today?
We flew together.
Because the story is a rather convoluted one. According to Miss Howell, you advised Miss Howell that you and the defendant were once again off again. You were leaving. Is that right?
Yes.
I could stand up over there. When did you tell her you were leaving?
It was like November, a little after November.
And when was Mr. Barnes, the last night that Mr. Barnes stayed at the house?
I have no idea what was the last night.
What was the last night you stayed at the house?
It was like November 10th, somewhere in a little over the first week. I'm not sure of the date either.
Well, she changed the locks November 9th, so it had to be before.
Yeah, it was 2 days after after Dusty left. It was 2 days that Miss Howell came over there and changed the locks.
And you left in November.
Yes.
Had you paid November's rent?
Yes.
Who paid it?
My name is on the receipts.
Who paid it?
He did.
How much was it?
$575.
Mr. Barnes, who gave Miss Howell the rent?
Miss Howell is at the office when we go to pay the rent. We both went in there and we paid the rent. I got receipts.
And it was accepted?
Yes.
Why did you change the locks?
Because I got text messages to show you that Dusty had moved out and that Harold had changed the locks on the house and that she had turned off the...
Okay, just a second. So you show me where she said that Harold had changed the locks on the house. Did you change the locks on the house?
No, ma'am, I did not.
So show me. Did you tell her that Harold had changed the locks on the house?
No.
I'd like to see that.
Ma'am, the only locks that I put locks on the shed. I put a door on there and I put a padlock and a locked a door handle one that had a key to it also. But I didn't change no locks on the residence whatsoever.
What locks were you talking about? You say you went to get the things and he has changed the locks. Did that have to do with the locks on the residence?
The house, the door lock from the house were put onto the shed, and then they haven't got new locks for the house.
What kind of lock? You mean
like a regular door, the front door lock?
The question is, were you able to get into the house to get your things?
Yes, I was.
So what did you say to her, that you went back to the house to get your things, but he went and changed the locks? What does that mean?
He had changed the locks. When my daughter and I went to get my things, he had changed the locks. That's what he said at the time.
Just a minute. Did you go there, or did he tell you he changed the locks?
And he told me that he changed the locks.
Did you go there?
Yes.
Were the locks changed?
Yes.
So you couldn't get in?
As far as I knew.
It doesn't really make any difference. You knew he was there. You had accepted his rent. You had no right to evict him. That's what he's suing for, an illegal eviction.
Okay.
Well, you know that you have no right to. Is this your only rental property?
No.
Sure, you can tell me what happened.
What happened, can I tell you? Okay, so I had given him an application. I thought March, I've got a note from her saying this is her fiance and he would like to be on the rental agreement. So I gave him an application and they never turned it back in.
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
you knew he was a tenant. You accepted his rent.
Right.
You knew he was a tenant. You accepted his rent. You have to give him notice.
She gave me 30 days notice that she was moving out. She did.
Just a second.
Okay.
On what date?
November 4th. I've got a 30-day notice.
From her?
From her.
Did you find out about him?
Yes.
What did you do to find out about him?
I've got notice that he would move out on Monday of November. He gave me notice he was moving out as well. She had
Just a second. Show me where he said, I'm moving out. What?
Ma'am, she had already moved the property, all my property, from the residence prior to me even saying nothing like that.
Just a second. On what date did she remove your property from the residence?
She removed the property on, well, you're saying it was on the 11th, 2 days prior to all that. When Dusty gave notice, that's the day I was still in the house, and I texted her and told her I wanted to be there and I wanted to keep paying the rent. I've been paying the rent also.
Well, you had paid rent for November.
Yes, and then she came 2 days later and changed the locks and removed all my property. Every stick of property in the house was gone. She gave it to one of her tenants. She took my couch, my love seat, and everything I owned and gave it to a tenant.
No.
Yes, she did. Yes, you did.
I've got a picture here of Dusty moving her things out.
Dusty can move, listen to me. Dusty can move her things out. You have no right to move his things out. You have to go to housing court if you want to evict him and evict him. He had been a tenant for over a year. You accepted rent for him from the month of November. In the month of November, you changed the locks and put his things. I don't know what you did with them, but you had no right to do that.
I didn't touch his things. Dusty moved all of his things, all of his possessions. She took hers and put all of his in the shed, in the lock shed.
So what you're saying is, listen, I don't know whether she knows what today is. Did you take all of his stuff and put all of his stuff in the shed?
The things were removed from the house, his things, and put in the shed.
By whom?
By Peggy's husband and a maintenance man.
Were you at home when that happened?
I was there when all of this was happening.
Okay. So you were there, he was not.
Right.
And did you tell them to move his things from the house into the shed and secure them?
Yes.
You told them that?
Yes.
And they did it?
Yes.
Are either one of those people here today?
Yes. The gentleman.
You moved his things?
I helped.
Just a second. You moved his things. Who do you work for?
I was with my mom at the day,
So this is
helping
your-
them,
just a
helping
sec-
my mom.
I'm her mom.
Just a second. Who were you working for?
Nobody. I'm not working for anybody. I was helping my mom move her things out and just helping them
Who
clean
was
up.
with you?
It was me and Peggy's husband, and there was
That would be you.
Yes,
Yes.
Did you help move his things
Yes, I did.
out of the house into this shed? Well, that's all I want to know. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Your counterclaims dismissed. You cannot illegally evict someone who you know has been a tenant for a year because you chose sides in a domestic dispute. Now, you knew, and if you have other rental property, you know that if you have a de facto tenant who's there and has been there for over a year and you've been accepting rent, put your hand down.
Okay.
And you've been accepting rent from that person, you have to say, you're not on the lease, I'm giving you notice. Then they may or may not leave. But you can't summarily eject somebody who you've accepted rent from, at least for the month of November.
I've got a signed agreement that he agreed to vacate.
Before or after you moved his things? Look at me.
After.
Look, after. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000.
Thank
We're
you,
done.
ma'am. She knows the law. She knows she can't do that. She did it anyway.
She knows the law. I thought as of October 1st, when I was at the property, he was not there.
And what she said about me moving out prior, no. She took my property and gave it to one of her tenants.
Make sure they sign the lease.
Time to move forward by myself.
Mr. Jonathan, the defendant was a tenant of yours, and she was a tenant of yours through a Section 8 housing, which means that Section 8 housing paid part of the rent and you paid part of the rent consistent with your income. It is your claim that the defendant left the house in a terrible state and in addition took some furnishings that didn't belong to her. The defendant says that she bought your furniture and that she wants her security deposit back and that whatever things she took from the house, she had purchased, things like faucets and things she replaced. Well, let's deal with that for a moment. I read your answer, Ms. Henderson, and it appeared to me that you did replace some knobs or faucets in the house. That's what you said?
Yes.
Did you put the old ones back when you left?
The old ones were kind of like ruined a little, so I replaced it brand new. I upgraded the furnishings in the sink, and I left the sink there, and I did replace all the blinds with brand new ones.
And you left them there?
Yes, I left them.
Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
I have the proof right here stating from the guy who did the labor and the repairs, and he just sent the receipt to me.
What I'm asking you is, did you leave it there?
Yes, I left it there.
Did you take pictures of it?
Yes, well, I didn't take pictures of them, but I do have the receipt and the man who did the labor.
Well, I understand that you may have done it. He says that you didn't leave them.
He says a lot of things that are not true.
Maybe. When you left, did you do a walkthrough of the house?
Did, Your Honor, and that,
Together?
No, she wouldn't make an appointment. I called, I have to check my calendar, and I never heard back.
Okay. You were taking back this property. She was a tenant for how long?
Almost 2 years.
3 years.
And you were taking back the property because you wanted to move back into the country?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we agreed upon the Section 8 doing the checklist, the passing list, and I have the passing list through housing right here.
I'd like to see.
Okay.
When did you move out, Ms. Henderson?
On the 27th of February, and that was the exit report.
Well, this is February of 2015.
Well, I don't have the up-to-date one, but Mr. John Janet has the same copy that I have also, but the exit inspection, he has the same
You
one.
have an exit inspection from
City of
Section
Carlsbad.
8 housing?
I have an inventory checklist. After she left, there was an inventory done of the property.
By whom?
While the housing gal was there, I have a letter from housing that she took some pictures. She couldn't believe it. She just couldn't believe the
Not
destruction
true.
was so extensive.
Just a second.
Not true.
Do
I
you
have the
have
pictures.
something from housing in February? You vacated in February.
Yes.
On or about February 27th or the beginning of March that indicates the condition of the house.
He wouldn't bring that, Your Honor, because that would be defeating his whole purpose if he brought that list with him.
You should have it.
I know, I thought I brought both of them. I did. But I wouldn't
Shoulda,
be-
woulda, coulda. That
Right,
comes
but
under the category of shoulda, woulda, coulda.
I wouldn't continue on Section 8 if I destroyed his home. They wouldn't let me continue on it.
Ms. Henderson, I don't know that at all. I just need the document. Okay, do we have the document we were looking for?
I believe we do, Your Honor. There's also a letter from the
I
housing
just want to see
inspector.
the document, please.
Yeah, I'm saying that is part of the documents.
It's not part of the document. The document is that one paper underneath the
And it has the last inspection that was done in there included, Your Honor. Too much.
Second.
A little too much.
This
There's
is
a lot more.
nothing. Okay. This was done in December of 2016.
She put that one off and told housing couldn't do it, come back another time, and was able to stall them.
So everything passed.
Yes, ma'am. And I moved on to my next place.
Now, Mr. Janet, there were no notes on here other than it said unit passed inspection, new kitchen faucet, screen door, and sliding door handle were being installed during the inspection.
Well, if the screen door was installed, Your Honor, it's bent in half laying out on the deck. And the faucet that was installed is laying there, never mounted down. It's a $20 plastic faucet, and the one that was originally there disappeared.
Well, this is from an independent person, the same person who inspected the
Your Honor,
property, and it says the unit does not pass inspection. The smoke detector and carbon monoxide need to be in working condition. Okay, so they make notes if they see something that isn't right. The exit inspection, everything passed, and there were no notes on here.
Your Honor, a housing inspection does not include anything in regard to the furnishings, and they do not care if the carpeting is ripped up and holes pulled in it by an animal. They don't write that down, Your Honor. That's the problem. I would have known a long time ago what was happening.
Maybe. Now, let's talk about your furnishings, because that's part of your lawsuit, that she took furnishings that didn't belong to you. What furnishings did she take that didn't belong to her?
Okay.
Everything that was in the place.
The before?
Bird?
Sure. These are pictures of the furnished apartment that she moved into.
Got it. Now, this.
When I moved in, the beds had bed bugs, so we call waste
not
management.
talking. This is not a bed. This is a table and chair. Where is it?
$1,800. I purchased all the furniture when I moved in. I paid him $1,800.
Just a second. You paid him for all the furniture.
Yes, but
I'd like to see proof that because you took all this furniture. I'd like to see proof that
It was
you
through the
paid
property
him.
management. I paid through the property management. And I also have the pay stubs for my
Just a
checking
second.
account.
Did she ever buy your furniture?
Yes, we did, Your Honor. We
Yes,
were going to.
He just said yes.
If you interrupt me again, I'm going to find in his favor. Do you understand
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Did she buy your furniture?
No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm used to ma'am from the military. No, Your Honor.
Just a second. You first said yes, and then you said
I
no.
thought you meant, did you buy new furniture?
No, I said, did she buy your furniture?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So is what you're telling me you were renting a furnished apartment to her?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much was the rent on the furnished apartment?
Initially, I think it was like $1,900 for the rent.
Do you know what this is?
I have a copy of the rent portion.
This is a fraud made up by somebody, Your Honor. It's a fraud. Total. It's a joke. She's done that before when she said, I bought something.
Just a second. Nobody sold you all this furniture for $1,800.
No, Your Honor.
Don't believe it.
Your Honor, it's the truth because when I moved in, the beds got removed by waste management.
I don't care if you removed the beds. Listen, I'm looking at these pictures.
And it didn't look like that when I moved in, Your Honor. I promise you it didn't. The beds, it didn't look like that. The beds or the couches didn't look nothing like that. And I had a 1- and 2-year-old, and I told them that the glass tables couldn't be there because of my kids. So he removed those when I first got in. So the only thing was left there was 4 chairs, like 4 little white chairs, rocking chairs, and that's it. And the beds were removed.
You know, I'm not believing you. I'm not believing you because, don't tell me it's true. I'm not believing you because if first you tell me that you paid $1,850. Hey. First, you tell me you paid $1,850 for all the furniture in the apartment, and then you tell me that there were only 4 little chairs there.
It was because the beds were removed because they had bed bugs.
So you didn't want the beds.
Exactly.
Just a minute. So you didn't want the beds. So you want me to believe that you paid on Section 8 housing $1,850.
I did. I did.
They had let me finish the question. I'm going to finish the question.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that you paid $1,850 for 4 little white chairs.
It wasn't just 4 little chairs. There was appliances there too, like a toaster and a microwave and things like that.
No, not things like that. What about table and chairs?
No, they were removed. They were removed because we're glass, and I had a 1- and 2-year-old. It was dangerous.
Just a second. So is what you're telling me you paid for it and then had it removed?
No, I didn't pay for that. He had it removed by the property management.
So I want you to tell me what it was that you paid for.
I will.
$1,850. 4 little chairs.
Kitchen was all furnished with all appliances. It had like every like spoons and Tupperware and bowls and cups and stuff. And I had nothing when I moved in there. So, and it had 4 chairs and it had some comforters and some sheets and, you know, things that I do believe that came up to about $1,800. I had my income tax and I did pay him that much for that. Around the time that I moved in, I did just get my income tax money and I paid him for that. I don't believe you. It's the truth.
So we have carpets.
I have other pictures that are better.
You have stickers on the doors.
Those are a lot clearer.
What is this a picture of?
I don't know, Your Honor. There were so many things that were jerked around and reworked that I didn't even know the place when we finally walked in. I just stood there.
I've never met Mr.
Couldn't
Johnson
believe
until
it.
today. I've never seen him. He never been on a property where I was there, and he didn't know what was in there when I moved in. This is the first time I've ever saw him.
That's a lie,
Ever
Your
met
Honor.
him. I went to a management company, so maybe he don't know what was in there left or not, but it wasn't him that I went through. I never dealt with him.
I would like to speak to the inspector who did the inspection of this property. And we're going to recall this case while I try to have one of my clerks back there get me a number for this inspector. And if you have the number, that would make...
So mine's and theirs is totally probably different, but I don't know what happened. But I know when they came in to see me that it worked.
Those pictures are when you moved out. I walked in there and fell over.
I just want to speak to the inspector who did the inspection. Where's the number? I don't see it.
I have a number for you right here. 760.
Miss Henderson, Mr. Janet, the people who did the inspection from the government decided it would not be a good idea to speak to anyone about anything at any time, anywhere at all. They don't think it's a good idea to get involved. As a result of that, let me tell you what I did. I looked at the before pictures of the kitchen, the way it was when you moved in. And then I looked at the pictures of the kitchen when you moved out. Compare the kitchen and compare the inside of the stove.
I had professional cleaners come in
Just a second. Compare the outside of the stove. This didn't happen in a couple of weeks. That happened in the years you were living there, which means this place may have passed inspection because the smoke alarms worked and the carbon monoxide worked. Maybe whoever inspected said, this is just dirt and it doesn't make it uninhabitable, it just makes it disgusting. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
No, I don't, because they wouldn't have passed me with a stove like that. I mean, that's on a checklist. It
Well,
says it
that's
there.
the stove. I compared it to the stove that was in this
I don't know where he
picture.
got these pictures from, but the pictures you're showing from before, that's my pictures. So I don't know where he's getting these after pictures from. That's not true.
Absolutely. I compared the two.
Right, and the one you got before pictures, that's how I left it.
This is how you
minus
left
the, yeah, minus the
This
counters.
is how you left it.
That's how I left it. And minus the counters being chopped up, I did do that. I did chop up the counters, but other than all the other stuff he's showing, I don't know where he got those pictures from. Great. So I don't believe that to
Well,
be
let
true.
me ask. I don't care what you believe.
I believe that
Why
I did destroy.
Why did you chop up the kitchen counter?
I didn't know any better, and I do take responsibility of that. I do. And the carpet may be dirty, and he needs to replace and clean it. But that's it. But other than that, those pictures came from when I left.
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Your counterclaims dismissed. We're done.
Nobody should have to endure the kind of trashing that place took.
They wouldn't have cleared me and let me move on to the next place.
The destruction was immense.
He really wants as a monster. He's a very slumlord. So I'm okay with the verdict.
I'm out of it. I'm out of it. We've got each other. That's all I want.
Miss Smith, how old are you?
19 years old.
And how old are you, Mr. Ramon?
21.
How long had you and Miss Smith been dating?
Since about February of last year.
It appears, Miss Smith, from what you say, that you were staying over at the defendant's house, and that was January of this year. Had you done that often?
Staying at his house? Yes, ma'am.
With your mother's permission?
Yes.
What time had you arrived at his house on the 28th?
I'd say probably around 2 or 3 in the morning.
You got there at 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yes, I was out of town with some friends that night, and when I got back in town, I went over to his house and saw him.
Where had you been?
Winona.
What were you doing there?
Seeing friends, hanging out.
Why didn't you go home?
I just didn't want to. And he invited me over, and I said okay.
Well, you live at home with your mother. I'm just trying to put this all together. And you were out with some friends, getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Could I ask you a question? 19 years old, lives under your roof, so you control the air, you control the, what goes on in your house. Had your daughter told you she was going to be away for a couple of days?
It's not unusual for her to go to Winona. I have a 24-year-old that lives in Winona. So when she goes out there, sometimes she will stay the whole weekend.
Okay, so when did she leave?
I would imagine she left that
I left that Friday.
Okay. Did she tell you she was going to Winona for the weekend?
I
Is
was
my
aware.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
How did she get there?
Driving.
Whose car?
Mine.
So you loaned her your car to go there.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna figure it all out. Okay. So your daughter lied to you and told you she was going to Winona for the weekend. She went there for the evening, and then she went to her boyfriend's house at 2:00 in the morning on Saturday.
Well, can I say something quick?
Just to say, no, I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
Just so that we get this clear. Because, I've had teenagers too. She didn't tell you she was going to Winona for the early evening and then she was going to spend the rest of the weekend with Mr. Raynone.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Now, so you got to Mr. Raynone's house at about 2:00 in the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
We started fighting when I...
What were you fighting about, Miss Smith?
Well, he didn't really agree with me going to town anyway. Anytime I hang out with my friends, it's a problem. And so we were fighting.
Well, but he had invited you over, or you would plan to go over, or you woke him up?
No, he invited me over. He was awake the whole entire...
So far, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, and you started to argue because had you been drinking?
No, I was driving.
So that you were just arguing about hanging out with these people. Did you have a brother or a sister in Winona?
A brother.
So you were supposed to be staying with him?
Well, I tried contacting him after I finished.
You told your mother you were staying with him?
Yes, ma'am.
So that would be on the 27th of January, right?
Yes.
Did you see your brother at all on the 27th of January?
No,
No, so the answer is no. You didn't see him at all?
No.
So who were you seeing?
I was with 4 of my friends.
Where did you go?
We went to another friend of mine. So I used to live there, and I moved from there to where I live now. And so we were just hanging out with my friends, and after I hung out with them, I texted my brother and let him know that I was in town and that I wanted to see him, and he didn't contact me back.
What time was that?
Around 10 or 11.
Does he work?
Yes. I mean, he's awake. I know him, and I called his phone, but he didn't answer.
So he was awake? You called his phone, he didn't answer, you texted him and he didn't answer. Okay, now, so then you're over to the boyfriend's house. So the plan wasn't that you were supposed to go to the boyfriend's house. The plan was you were supposed to go, and according to you, I'm just figuring out who my customers are. I don't think you're a bad young lady. I just think that you're a fibber. So I have to figure out what you were fibbing about and what you're not fibbing about. So you weren't supposed to. The plan wasn't that you were coming back to see your boyfriend. The plan was, according to you, that you were going to, after you finished hanging out with your friends, text your brother and get in touch with him and go and sleep there.
Correct.
But he didn't answer the phone.
Correct.
Right. You have your phone with you?
Correct.
I'd like to see the text to your brother.
I have my new phone. The phone that I texted him off was the one that Joshua broke.
Okay. So then you get to Joshua's house, and you were a late guest, so you didn't get to contact him until after 10, 11 o'clock at night because you didn't know that you couldn't stay at your brother's house, according to you, which I don't believe, until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And you go to his house and you start to argue because he didn't like you hanging around in the college town. Okay, now what?
He ended up falling asleep. I don't know what he was doing prior to me getting there.
Okay, you don't know. So he ended up going to sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do?
I fell asleep on his floor that night, and we woke up and we continued.
Okay. What time did you fall asleep?
I wouldn't know. Maybe around 4 in the morning.
4. And what time did you wake up in the morning?
Maybe 10 or 11.
And?
And then we continued to argue about whatever we were talking about the night before. And I wanted to leave, and I told him to take me home. And I didn't drive.
Just a second. Why did you tell him to take you home?
I didn't drive to his house.
What? What?
I did not drive to his house.
How did you get to his house?
He came and picked me up from my house. I got home from Winona.
And you got home from Winona at what time?
In the early morning.
Well, that's what we're here for. You got home from Winona at what time?
Maybe 2 o'clock in the morning.
And you put your mother's car in the driveway, in the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
And called the defendant to come and get you.
Well, we were already in contact about where I was and when I was coming home, so he knew that I was...
Don't tell me what he knew.
Okay.
The plan then was he was going to. Did you go into your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see your mother?
No, ma'am. She was sleeping.
So, as far as your mother knows, you're going to be away for the weekend at your brother's house in Winona. She gets up in the morning and she finds your car, the car that she had loaned to you the night before, but she finds no you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you leave her a note?
No. But my friend Maria was staying at my house with me. And so I just dropped her off and then I kept going.
Oh, it gets more complicated. So you had a friend with you that you left to deliver the
she-
message to your mother that you were going to your boyfriend's house.
Well, she was currently living with me as a roommate.
I don't care. You don't leave your mother a note.
No.
Call the boyfriend. Boyfriend came to see you. Why didn't you just drive to his house?
Because I'm not supposed to be in contact with him. My mom does not
Just
like
a
us.
second. Is there any reason for that?
No, ma'am. My mother just doesn't like me communicating with Josh. And so
Well, there must be a reason. She must not like him for a reason.
yes.
What's the reason?
Just prior relationship problems that we've had, issues that we've had in our relationship.
Well, what were you going to tell your mother when you came home?
I'm not sure.
Now, you're up at 11 o'clock in the morning and you're at Josh's house. You continued to fight. You told him to take you home and he wouldn't let you leave the house.
Correct.
He blocked the door.
Correct.
But you finally got out of the house.
Yes.
And tell me about what happened when you finally got out of the house.
He took my shoes from me, one of my boots. And
He
so
took one boot.
Yes, I got out of the apartment building and we keep our shoes on the hallway. And so I started to put my shoes on and he's like, no, you're not going anywhere. And I had one shoe on and he took the other one from me. And so I'm like, okay, fine, you can have them both. I'm just going to walk home then if you're not going to drive me. And so I gave him my other boot and I started to walk home in the snow after that with just my socks on. So I walked down the driveway and maybe about 4 or 5 houses down the sidewalk. And that's when he drove up beside me with my boots in his car.
Why didn't you call somebody?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't know? You're 19 years old. You have your phone with you.
Mm-hmm.
You pick up the phone and you call your mother and you say, please come and get me. Or you call a cab or you call an Uber or you go to a neighbor and say, I need to get home or something.
Correct. I just wanted to get out of there at that point.
Okay. So now you got out and he comes up in his car and
he tells me, I'm really sorry about everything that I did. And I said, just please get in the car, put your shoes on, I'll take you home. I got in the car, I put my shoes on, and instead of driving me home like he said he was going to do, he turned the car around and started taking me back to his apartment building. And we got into about the driveway of his apartment building, and I proceeded to jump out of the car to get away from him. And I started walking back home down the sidewalk as I
now
was
you had
doing.
your boots on.
Yes, I had my boots on at this time.
So you start to walk home and
I realized that I didn't have my phone on me because I wanted to call my mom for a ride. And so I walked back to his apartment building and he left his car door unlocked. And so I was looking in the car for my phone under the passenger seat and I didn't see it. And so at that time, Josh came out of his apartment building and started yelling at me and telling me, get out of my car, what are you doing? Your phone's not in there, and, being belligerent. And I let him know I'm not trying to have any problems. I just want to get my phone and get out of here and go home. I just, I don't want to be here. And he didn't come out of the front door of the apartment building. He came from around the back. And so I chased him and he had my phone in his hand.
And
it was broken. And I have pictures of it if you'd like to.
Okay. Listen to me really carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have much more important things to do, I hope, today. Where did she leave her phone?
In the driveway when she had hopped out of the vehicle.
And you picked it up?
No, I did not have it in my hand at all.
So you left it in the driveway?
When she had jumped out of the vehicle, that's when it had came out with her, and I knew nothing further than that. I went inside to go in to look for my phone.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Did you, after you went and darted off after your girlfriend, after you let her come to your house at 2 o'clock in the morning, after you fought with her over the fact that she was hanging out with friends that you didn't like, all of which I believe, by the way, there is no way that you left the phone in the driveway and went inside to the house. Is that what you want me to believe?
I didn't know that she even lost it.
You just said it fell out.
Until she had came back, asking for her phone, crying. I didn't know that she had a phone missing. When she had...
Oh, I thought you said it fell out when she got out of the car.
No, that's what I'm saying. It must have, because she had found it broken. I did not have it in my hand when she had seen me with it. That's a lie. She had found it on the ground broken, and on the ground is where she had jumped out of the vehicle, originally, which the phone must have came out with her when she had jumped out of the car.
Now you have a police report.
Yes.
I'd like to read it. Were you there? Do you know about this?
I picked her up. She finally got to a neighbor's house.
Just a second.
That police report isn't much. It just says.
Don't tell me what it says.
Okay.
The police arrived. They had discussion with both of you. Is that right?
Yep.
What was it that you claimed that she broke or stole of yours?
She had stolen my cell phone, and the police did not make a report because she's the one who called the cops on me.
During the time that she was at your house,
Correct.
did you go through her phone log?
No.
Did she go through your phone log?
Yes.
Tell me when that happened.
When I was asleep.
When you were asleep?
I woke up and my phone wasn't where I had left it, and she was starting fighting with me because she was on it.
What did she say to you?
Nothing. We were just arguing.
About what?
About the night before and everything.
Oh, okay. So you told the police she took your phone because it wasn't where you had left it the night before.
No, I
had
it in the morning. I had the phone in the morning.
Listen to me carefully.
Yes.
Where did you find it the next morning?
It was next to me, but it wasn't like where I had placed it before I had fell asleep, which means that somebody was on it.
Good problem. You have to pay for her phone. You have a bill for the phone?
I don't have a bill for my phone, but I have messages regarding when I bought my new phone and how much that cost.
I don't care what your new phone cost. I want to know when you bought this phone, what kind of phone it was.
This is how much it'll be for a replacement.
I
But
don't
bought
want to see
my-
what a replacement is.
The one that he broke costed $350.
What kind of phone was it?
It was an iPhone 6S.
When did you purchase it?
I only had it for maybe about 3 or 4 months before it got damaged.
So it's a 6S, and you believe you paid somewhere around $350 for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anything else you want to tell me?
I have hospital records of me being seen after having to jump out of his car.
I'll take a look at them.
Can I say something here?
What?
Can I give you a little history?
No, I don't want to hear any history. I've heard enough history. He's going to pay for her phone.
Okay.
And I also have something else.
Oh, I don't care. When you act stupid, stupid things happen.
Miss Judy, he doesn't...
This doesn't tell what they found with you.
I was trying to let you know.
What?
That is just the papers that I got when I left the emergency room saying...
Did they give
what
you
I
any
came in
medication?
for. No, he didn't.
Did they give you a splint, a Band-Aid, and anything?
He gave me ice packs.
He gave you an ice pack.
Yes, and then I was excused for work from...
Very good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $350. We're done. Miss Morton, this young man is your son.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was living with you at the time of this automobile accident.
Yes, he was.
When had he begun to live with you?
April of that previous year.
And on what date was the accident, Mr.
January
Whitmore?
7th.
January 7th.
Where were you going?
Not 5 minutes away to the store.
What time of day?
I believe it was somewhere in the early morning hours, probably somewhere around 11 o'clock.
What kind of car did your son have an accident with?
2014 Nissan Versa.
And when had you purchased it?
I purchased it in December of the year before.
Did you pay cash or did you have it on time?
No, ma'am, I paid cash.
With what company was it insured?
American Family.
I'd like to see proof of insurance on the date of the accident.
She didn't have insurance on the car. I got a ticket for no insurance.
This doesn't tell me. I never saw a certificate of insurance that says that it's effective January 11th, 2016 to termination.
Oh, and here's the other one till January 11, 2017.
I need a statement from the insurance company that your car was insured on January 7th of 2017.
I don't know.
We're going to wait until we get it. Do you understand? If I'm going to wait for nothing, let me know now. If the car wasn't insured on that date, let me know now.
No, ma'am, the car was insured.
Then we'll come back when we have a statement that the car was insured by the company. You got a ticket for lack of insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it. Failure to maintain a lane, which is...
Pretty much causing an accident.
You caused an accident.
That's what they're saying, yes.
And you had no driver's license. So
Correct.
you shouldn't have been driving a car.
That's what they say, allegedly.
What do you mean that's what they say?
That's what they said.
That's what they say.
I had a license, but I just didn't have a physical copy of the license on me.
Your Honor, he went to jail under alias.
Just a second. I don't know that. If you have proof of that, that's fine. I'll look at it. It says no license on person.
Correct.
Did you produce a license?
No.
Okay, so you didn't have a license. Okay, then you shouldn't have been driving a car.
Okay.
This said expired registration.
I have my registration right here from the state of Missouri.
Well, he was given a ticket for expired registration and removing tags with intent. Now, if you remove tags, that means you shift license plates from one car to another.
I have my tag number that matches on my registration that matches the vehicle.
Listen, I don't know why he got tickets for this. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what I'm saying to you? He could not produce a valid registration for your car.
Correct.
He could not produce proof of insurance when they checked because he asked for license and registration. And the tags didn't match. Whatever vehicle, when they checked the tags, it didn't match the vehicle that he was driving.
But my registration with the tag number matches with the VIN number and the vehicle.
Madam.
Because we were in the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia, when they ran my license, it didn't come up in Georgia's system. Missouri tags, the car that's registered in Missouri would not come up in a Georgia system.
Just a second. Why was the car registered in Missouri?
Because that's where I lived at the time. I was moving from Missouri to Georgia.
No.
I just moved to Georgia.
He was living with you starting in April. Where were you living with her in April? In Missouri or Georgia?
Georgia.
In Georgia. This accident happened in January.
Correct. I just moved to Georgia in December.
He's been living with you since April.
December 2016.
No.
15.
Listen, we're not going to play with each other.
No.
Your son was living with you in April in Georgia. This accident happened in January of the following year.
This year.
April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 10 months later.
Yes.
Why isn't your car registered and insured in the state of Georgia?
I didn't get it registered in the state of Georgia, and I wasn't going to get it registered in Georgia until my tags expired.
We're going to come back, and you're going to present to me the tags, proof that your car was insured on January 7th of 2017, a letter from your company, because I assume this is the same company that insures you now.
American Family.
Fine. All we need is a statement from them that this car, which was a 2014 Nissan, was insured by them. Because if he was in a collision and it was insured by them, you have a 2014 car, then you had insurance.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
Did
the insurance fix the car?
He was not on my insurance, no ma'am. He was an uninsured driver. I didn't put him on my insurance because I had no intentions of him driving my car.
We're going to be back. Go get me what I asked you for. So, Ms. Morton, I'm advised by my clerk that you, in fact, did not have insurance at the time of this accident on the 7th of January of 2017. Is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am. I was just informed that the policy...
Ms. Morton, I don't believe you. I knew you didn't have insurance. I'm like Karnak. I knew you didn't have insurance because if you had insurance, if you even thought you had insurance, when you had the accident, you would have called your insurance company and would have said to your insurance company, my son just had an accident. Am I covered for any of it? Because that's what people do. And if you called your insurance company, they would have said, I'm sorry, your insurance lapsed, and you would have known that in January, not months later. So let's get over it. You didn't have insurance on the car. I don't even have to get to the point where, were the plates the right plates from Missouri? Was it registered? I don't even have to get there. I know that you had no insurance, and I know that your son didn't take the car without your permission.
He did take the car.
Let me explain myself clearly to you. You lie to me once, you get no further chances. The only thing is, you're culpable for letting him drive a car that was uninsured. And there's no question in my mind that he had the car, he had driven the car before, he drove the car, it was in the afternoon. There was no question that you knew he took the car, he was probably going for food for you or for his son who lives with you. Who knows? I don't care. You lied to me once, you don't get another chance. Your problem, Mr. Whitmore, is you were at fault in the accident.
Well, I wasn't at fault.
Just a second. Where's the piece of paper you just gave me?
Right here.
Where's the piece of paper? And you want me to play back the tape? You know, we do tape these things.
Yeah, I don't need you to play it back.
Just a second, Will.
Don't
raise the octave on your voice with me, sir. Failing to maintain a lane. Accident. Guilty. That's what you pled. Guilty.
Sure did. I did plead guilty.
Listen to me. Don't be a wise guy with me.
I'm not. I'm just stating the fact.
That means that you caused the accident.
Wasn't my fault.
Your Honor.
Who wants to sit in jail for 7 days over a ticket that You want to get out of jail? Yeah, plead guilty. Whatever you want. Bye. I'm gone.
Before he was
Just
even
a second. Don't speak. I'm telling you, I don't listen to people who swear to tell the truth and then lie. Do you understand?
I didn't lie, but okay. I
Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. What do you think? I'm just a good guesser? I've been doing this for 35 years. The car was damaged.
Correct.
In your possession.
Correct.
After you pled guilty to changing lanes, and was the car totaled?
No.
Where are you living now? Be careful what you say to me.
Pillow the post, couch surfing.
What?
Couch surfing.
Couch surfing.
Yeah.
And your mother has custody of a child of yours. Yes, no?
No. Physical custody, yes.
Just a second. What kind of stupid answer is that?
It's an answer because she has physical custody of him. Legal in court wise, no, that's my son. I have custody of him.
Not if you're couch hopping.
Well, of course. It's beneficial for him to stay with somewhere like that.
You probably deserve each other. How long has your mother had custody of your son?
Physical custody or custody?
Sir, you don't have legal custody of your son.
How come I don't?
How come? Because you don't have the piece of paper that says so.
Neither does she.
She doesn't have to. She has physical custody.
Exactly.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, so you don't have
Correct.
custody either. Just to answer my question, how
Okay.
long has your mother had custody of the... There's only one star here, and that's me.
Okay. I hear
How
you.
long has your mother had custody of your son?
Since he was 2.
And how old is he now?
10.
Now, since you're couch hopping or sleeping or whatever you're doing, that suggests to me that you don't pay rent anywhere in a stable place. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do you own a vehicle?
No.
Do you have a job?
Correct, yes.
What kind of job do you have?
Chef, sous chef.
Where?
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Name of the
Morton's.
So you're a sous chef at Morton's in Atlanta. On which street? Because there are several.
Downtown. I think it's Peach Street.
How long have you been the sous chef at Morton's downtown?
About 6 months.
Well, Morton's is a large company, so they pay by check.
Correct.
How is his son supported?
I support him.
No. Do you get any assistance for him?
I get grandparent benefits.
You get grandparent benefits because you have him through a foster grandparent program?
I have him through the state of Missouri, yes.
Right. So the state sends money for him. Is that correct?
They send me, no, not cash. I don't get cash. I get food stamps.
For him?
Yes, ma'am. Plus I work.
That's fine. But you don't get any money from him.
No, ma'am.
Right. Well, now we're going to get you some money from the state of where are you living now?
Georgia.
Georgia. Now, he is a sous chef in Atlanta at Morton's. Pay attention, who's ever listening. All they have to do is garnish his check, and then you'll get some money from him. You have a repair bill for the car?
Yes, ma'am.
You know you're partially responsible for that. You understand that you let him drive an uninsured vehicle. You let him drive an uninsured vehicle, and he is responsible, but so are you. I'm not going to hear anymore. I'm just going to take a look at the car and take a look at the bill. How much is your check every 2 weeks from Morton's, Mr. Whitmore? It's not an answer.
About $650, $700.
And you have no rent, so that's fine. Where is the bill to repair it?
You have it. That's it right there. That's
$312?
No, it's at the bottom. $3,012.
Was it fixed?
No, ma'am. It's in the shop. I dropped it off at the shop.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Looks like $3,000 worth of damage. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. We're done. Thank you.
He asked for permission to use the car, and I told him no.
I'm really just happy it's all over with.
He took the car while I was asleep.
It caused a big rift between me and my mom, so
I usually sleep with him under the pillow, but I didn't.
I'm just happy it's all said and done.
He has many of them. I don't know which one this one was.
I use an alias, yeah.
So when we looked him up, and I said, well, there he is right there. She was like, oh, no, that's not him. That's such and such.
Who wants to go to jail?
No, ma'am, that's my son.
Just pretty much do the right thing.
You can't keep skating by. You have to assume responsibility for what you did.
Miss Irish, this is your son. He's a minor. The car that was damaged is probably in your name, so it belongs to you. And it is your claim that Mr. Garland's son hit that car with a baseball bat. You weren't there. You don't know what happened. And Mr. Garland, you weren't there, and you don't know what happened either.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why don't you both sit down? So now I have my prey. Mr. Hochberg, what's your first name?
Nick.
What is this young man's name?
Matthew Magruder.
And your first name?
Max.
You can stand up.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're Matthew.
Yes.
Who first had the girlfriend?
Me.
And what's the girlfriend's name, Nick?
Natalie.
And who had Natalie as a girlfriend second? That would be Matt. Did you ever date Natalie?
I am currently dating Natalie.
You are currently dating, and you're Max.
Yes.
From when to when did you date Natalie?
Probably it was freshman year of high school, so I don't really know the dates exactly.
What year are you in now?
I'm a senior now.
So it would have been 3 years ago.
Yes.
And when did you date Natalie?
It was October 2015 through February 2017.
And you are au courant.
Correct.
Starting when?
May of 2016.
2016 or 17?
2017. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
On what date did this incident happen with the car?
Happened on November 3rd.
Who was going to tell me a story that I'm going to believe?
He will.
You want him to tell the story?
Mm-hmm.
Forget it. It's your case.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me the story from the beginning of the evening.
Okay, so Matthew Magruder texted me and asked me if I wanted to hang out with him that night.
Do you have those texts?
I do not, I don't think.
Do you have the text?
Your Honor, no.
So we don't have the text messages.
Right.
Let us assume that that's what happened, that Matthew texted you and said you want to hang out. Now, were you friends even though you dated Natalie first?
Yes, ma'am.
And he dated Natalie second?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what did you do?
So we met up at Qdoba, the Mexican grill.
What time?
Probably 9.
Don't look at him.
Sorry.
Over here. You met up at a Mexican grill at about 9 o'clock. What happened next?
Matthew had called Max to ask him if he wanted to talk about the situation that they had going on.
Just a second. Matthew wanted to speak to Max.
Right.
When did he tell you that?
I was in the car with him when he called him.
So now you're not in the Mexican grill. You're sitting outside in whose car?
In Matthew's car.
How did you get to Matthew's car?
In my car. We met up at Qdoba and we were hanging out at Qdoba.
So you left your car, you got into Matthew's car. And when you got into Matthew's car, Matthew said, I'm going to call Max.
Yes.
And the conversation with Max had to do with Natalie.
No, not necessarily.
Well, what do you think that he wanted to talk to him about? What do you think?
Probably Natalie. Yes.
I've had 5 children. I have 13 grandchildren. 2 of them are small. They're not there yet. I want to tell you what I know about teenagers. Most of the time when their mouths are moving, they're lying.
Right.
I picked on you because I'm hoping that you won't be foolish enough to lie to me. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Him, I'm not sure about. Do you understand?
Right, yes.
So now you meet up at the Mexican grill just to hang out. But if you're hanging out, what are you hanging out in the car for? If you want to go to the Mexican grill, you go in, you have a taco, you have some guacamole, and you have dip. But you met him, parked your car in the lot of the Mexican grill, got into his car, and he didn't say to you, gee, what should we do? Should we go to the park? Maybe we should go to somebody's house. He said to you, I want to call Max and clear the air, right?
Right.
Keep going. It's getting better.
Okay, so he called Max and talked to him, and
you were in the car.
Yeah, and I was in the car at the time.
I want you to tell me, listen to me really carefully. I want you to tell me what Matthew said when he got Max on the phone.
So he was talking to Max.
What did he say as soon as he got him on the phone?
He asked if he wanted to talk.
And you couldn't hear the answer, I assume. And then what did he say?
And then he was given an address, I believe, and
You mean Matthew was given an address?
So Matthew couldn't, I believe that Matthew couldn't talk to him over the phone.
I don't care what you believe. I want to hear what you heard in the car.
Right, so he got an address from Max and said that he would come there.
Now what you're doing is you're with Matthew because you know Matthew was annoyed with Max. Don't say anything. Don't move your head. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. So far, you understand, Nick, that there is absolutely no reason for you to be in the car with Matthew to go over to Nick's house to discuss his ex-girlfriend with her current boyfriend that's going to result in anything good.
Correct.
You understand that?
Correct. I did.
I just want to make sure you understand that.
Yes.
Because your mother gave me a whole thing here in the complaint that makes it sound as if the 2 of you should have halos on the top of your head. And I know that that's a lot of baloney.
Correct.
So you go over to Max's house.
Well, I had gotten in my car now with another friend of mine.
Just a second, you got another friend?
Yeah, I had.
Just a second. Tell me about the other friend that you had.
He was with me when we drove to Qdoba, and then
Just a second.
And then we talked to Matthew.
Did he get out of your car, or was your friend waiting in your car?
Well, we were kind of just hanging out around the cars. We weren't really in anyone's car. We were just hanging out around the two cars.
You told me a moment ago that
Yeah.
you were in.
I was in.
That
yes.
you were in the car.
Yes, that's correct.
With Matthew.
Yes.
Where was your friend?
He was around the car too. I don't know exactly where he was, but he was around the car.
But not in the car.
No.
Now Matthew gets an address.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next thing that Matthew says to you?
Well, he wanted me to go up to the house with him, but I necessarily didn't really want to go up to the house, but I had nothing else to do, so I followed him up there.
You got where this is going?
Yep.
You got where this is going?